Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. It is I, troopersjp. Thank you for waiting for us as we had some technical delays that I have fixed through brute force. And I've not put out a Bluesky post. I'm so sorry about that, which means maybe nobody knows we're here. Maybe we are all alone in the universe, and no one will ever know that we're here, ever.
Except for you.
Oh,
sweet.
It was the beginning of the third age, all alone in the night.
Oh, thank you for joining us. We do this for you all and for ourselves as well.
No, not for us. It's for you. We do it all for you.
Aw, I feel like that's a song. Bryan Adams, right? Everything I do it for you. Yep. Huge, massive hit star in the 80s and 90s. Anyhow, so, but like, this is just a random topic. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm really interested in when people forget massive stars because they don't get put in compilation CDs or on soundtracks, and then we forget they exist. And then people are like...
Compilation CDs are still a thing. Yep, correct.
I'm sorry, I meant soundtracks and whatnot. But I'm just saying because, like, my students don't know who Garbage is, and I think that's wild. They know who Soundgarden is, and they know who Nirvana is, but they don't know Garbage. And Garbage had a Bond song.
I don't know Garbage.
This is what I'm saying. Garbage was, like, a massively important...
What?
Anyhow, hey, everybody.
Now I'm old. Now I'm the old guy.
I know.
When did this happen?
When did it happen? I don't know. Thank you all for being here. It is very much appreciated. This is The Gamblers, our Traveler Pirates of Drinax campaign, and we do this with you, and thank you for being here. If you would like to support us, because I make sure that our cast get paid, and if you would like to support us, then you can give us tips and bits, and if you leave a message, I will read them out at the end. You can also be a member of our Patreon. It's like $3, and you get insights and intel about what's going on. Also, there is a special sponsor tier for all the big mega corporations which are not sponsoring us. It is $200, which will pay for GDCO. The cast 4 players for 1 show for 1 week, and there are only 4 slots available. And if you are one of our sponsors, you get a special shout out and a radio ad that will play once a month and a special spot in the credits. And we have one sponsor, and that is Will and TW, who is so dear to my heart. And so thank you so much for always supporting this show. And, you know, hang out, do that. All the proceeds go to help pay for the cast and get art, things like that. We need to get new art, and I am working on that once everything stops being so hectic. I'm not going to do it myself personally. You don't want to see that. Just
get ChatGPT to do it.
Oh my goodness. Too soon after that last faculty meeting I had. Let me see. That was all that. Oh, you can also, I would say you can repost our Bluesky post, but I didn't make one. I might make one while people are introducing themselves. We will see. You can also join our Discord. And we have a really cool merch store where we have like cool things like our travel planner.
That's right.
Which is very cool. It is for April of last year to April of this year, which you might think, why would I want that now? Well, because it's also the in-universe accurate calendar for the year 1105, which is one of the standard starting years for travelers. So if you're running a traveler campaign, this might be useful for you. I find it really useful.
It's pretty cool. It was way cooler last year, but it's still really cool right now.
And hey, we might get a new one. But that's for another moment. And I think that's all the things I can think of. So,
is there any more decks?
There is one, but I've not put it live yet. I want to have it. I want to open it up for that moment. I can always order more, but
it's probably best to have a good number of interest before you do it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because it's expensive.
It is, and I have to order them all at one go from a place that I do it from Make Playing Cards, and they are having tariffs put upon them because they're in China. You know, so
okay,
how that is, you know, random tariffs for.
So remind us in 3 years.
Yeah, remind you in 3 years.
Yeah.
Look, if there's interest,
maybe be able to have more of those.
Yeah. Ooh. I feel like that is all of the. We have a Discord. I feel like that's all of the. But we do have really cool T-shirts and neat stuff that I really enjoy. Check it out if you like. And I believe that is all of our pre-stuff. We're going to just jump into it and have our players say who they are and who they are playing, and something they did during the weeks-long jump space. in this last week, something that they did.
Trooper, did you say you had to put out a Bluesky?
I did have to put out a Bluesky.
My friend, go right ahead and do that. If you don't mind, I'll take over here and we'll talk about all of ourselves. And when we get back around the horn, your Bluesky should be done and your players will be ready for you. Does that sound okay?
I love you. Yes. I'll put out a Bluesky.
Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. My name's Greg, and I'm going to introduce my fellow players and myself by the following. I'm going to ask you who you are, who you'll be playing, and answer the following question for me. If we had unlimited funds and you could buy your character one awesome thing, we know that Lindy just got her brand new arm. Is there anything out there in the wide universe that any of your characters would really like to have? Let's start with Myth.
Oh, motherfucker. Hi, everybody. It's me. It's Mythematic, also known as Cord. Just call me Mythematic. Hi. I stream sometimes. Haven't streamed in a long time. It's a rare thing now. It's high value if you don't stream for a while and then end up streaming someday. So follow me, and then you will be a part of it. Anyway, hi. I'm playing Captain Admiral Baron Severence. He's a piece of shit clone who's learning his way. He's becoming a leader. I now have leader rank 1. So I guess that means he's a leader.
It's over.
What
you got
would
it,
be
buddy.
right? That's it. We did it. One traveler.
You got
The one thing that I would buy if I had unlimited funds. A planet. No, I think a space. A planet. I think a planet.
Like a small moon for a hideout, or you want to actually sit upon a throne and,
wow, what
and
a great
govern,
question.
or
I don't know if. I think it would be like a planet to govern.
Well, if this goes well,
to hideout is so good.
If this goes well, that is what you've been promised, that you will all become rulers of planets in the new kingdom of Drinax. So it
How's
might
that
happen.
Bluesky going, Troop? How's the Bluesky?
So Sylvie TG, one of our viewers, made a Bluesky for us, and I'm yes, because we've got the best people ever, and I'm going to just go and repost it because I love us so much. Like,
all right, what were you saying
people.
before I interrupted you? I feel like a piece of shit now.
No, that's all.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would just probably do a planet to govern. I mean, Severance would. I don't know. Severance because that. If Severance had the money and then was like, hey, here's all your money, you don't have to buy a planet to govern. You can do whatever you want. I feel like he would think he would have to do that. But if he had, his choice, he would buy unlimited money to buy something.
all the funds.
All
the fun and the funds.
And the funds. We can't spell funds without fun. I think he would probably buy a space station.
Ooh.
Or build a space station like the Fuel Rat thing, but in a place that needs another jump. So I think that idea was cool, but need to be monetized. And I think he would be the fuel baron of that trade stop.
That feels very him.
Right?
What I like the most about your answer, buddy, is that you started off very Marrymore, and then you ended very Severance.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's sort of where it's like, wait a minute. Yeah. Anyway, that's my answer. He would probably find or accrue the funds to build a space station that could be a fuel jump between places that wouldn't usually be a fuel jump. Probably less secret than the port we went to. One that is definitely more of a trade hub. That you want to go to this side of the palindrome from Assis, you got to go through me. Things like that. Anyway, Janitor will be in the chat correcting me if those are even two things that would be a jump. Right, Janitor? Anyway, so that I've got to now look at the Traveler map and see if that even made sense. But that's my answer.
Awesome, buddy. Trooper, would you like me to continue? Go right ahead. Nugget, same questions, my friend.
Hi, yes, I'm Nuggetasaurus. I will be playing Dame Emelisa Graves. She is a very low-ranking noble from the Floating Palace and is just here to help. That's all she wants to do. No ulterior. There we go. I was gonna say arterial, but that's not right.
Arterial
Could
motives.
be.
It could be ulterior motives. The one thing she would buy, so she would buy a ship that has a kind of like an observatory in it where she
Bigger ship.
can
Like free trader,
not a
a
huge
fighter,
ship.
a capital ship.
No,
There are
definitely
other
not a
ones, but
capital
those-
ship.
Okay.
It'd be maybe like gambler size, maybe a little bit bigger than the gambler, like the next size up kind of thing. It would have its own observatory where she can move amongst the cosmos and study the movement of celestial bodies and astrogation and do the one thing that she loves most. That's what she would do.
Well, that's fantastic. That's a really good one. Okay, hey everybody, my name's Greg. I will be playing both your wonderful Soto Masi and Aslan and his ward Rease. And you can find me over on YouTube, yada yada yada, Warp Reactor. If let's see, if Soto could buy one thing, and this sounds like a cop out, but because it kind of is, since I already knew the question. So he's going to buy an education that he believes Rease would want, whether that be at like a university, somewhere in the Reach, or wherever he thinks that she
think that's a
would
cop-out.
want to learn more. It is a cop out, everybody. I'm taking that cop and I'm taking it out. I'm taking it out and away. And so that's my answer, and no one can do anything about it because I asked the questions, and I had all the power there for 3 minutes. Ha 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 ha! Back to you, Trooper.
We wouldn't travel. Oh no. Okay.
So, I want to thank Sylvie for making that Bluesky post, which I reposted.
Thank you, Sylvie.
And I want to thank Rissa, our mod, for alerting the Discord about it. Thank you so much. I'm troopersjp,
Amazing.
and I am the GM for this madness. And lastly, we've had some really wild audio things going on, but I've done things that should be working.
Do you want to know what the fix was, chat? Greg joined the call. Literally, that was the fix. Greg joined the call, and then Trooper went, "Oh, I could hear everybody." Zero idea what happened.
Yeah, you can find me over on Fiverr if you're having any type of audio issues.
exactly.
I just jump in the
I'll
call, it
just
takes
show up.
care of it.
Yeah. We have zero idea what happened. Greg joined, and then he went, and then Trooper went, "Oh, I can hear everybody."
And
that was it.
I want to say that this is literally true. I did not make this up. I could not hear them. And then Greg joined the call, and then I could hear them. I was spending all this time trying to figure out how come I could not hear them when I could hear everything else. And then Greg joined, and then I could hear them, and I was like, "It's Greg. Greg is the joy."
And that's it.
That's life. So let's talk about what is happening. We're gonna do a little bit of like this. I've got some things. So we're gonna talk about this in a way. There's excitement, and we're going to delay the excitement. The excitement is our crew has just jumped into the palindrome system.
You just said you were going to delay the excitement.
I am. It's a brand new system for them. And they've just jumped in, and they are here because they have gotten the location of Ferrik Redthane and his ship, who is a pirate who attacked 2 different planets that were once part of the Drinaxian, the kingdom of Drinax. And Ferrik Redthane and his crew did not attack in a normal way. They went and stole huge amounts of fuel, which is very, very expensive. And they also went and attacked the planet itself, surface, destroying some artifacts, stealing some artifacts. Very big, bold moves. The reason why, as we have found out, is because Ferrik Redthane got into an argument with his boss, Admiral Darrican, a pirate lord. What was that argument about? Nobody knows. It's probably that Admiral Darrican is actually secretly working for the Imperial Navy, and Ferrik Redthane found out.
Secretly.
And Ferrik Redthane found out and or has proof in some way, which is no bueno.
The fact that he clearly wears the outfit and has the badges in the inside of his lapel.
The badges are missing. He's taken all the badges off. Come on.
But they're just over here. They're under.
And so Ferrik Redthane was trying to do really bold, outrageous moves in order to convince one of the other pirate lords to protect him, sponsor him, take him under their wing so he can go back to Thieve, because if you cannot go back to Thieve, you will never be a big pirate, because that is one of the few places where you can get fake transponders, buy and sell anything. Like, it's the place, right? And so he has been hiding out, trying to get this deal made, and our crew has gone in, has gotten a new fake transponder, and has found the location of where Ferrik Redthane is, and also stolen one of his crew's ships, who they've given to one of his former captains, Kirsch, a Varger. The Mercifuge will be renamed the Last Refuge, and these two ships have jumped off to Palindrome, which is the system.
The Last Refuge. I forgot we did that.
Yeah. Hey, I adore you all. You make good choices.
So good.
So, and a little bit of more information that this is where we're gonna do like a bit of exciting education in good ways, I think. And one of the things is that Traveler's about whether or not you can afford to keep flying your ship. And our crew right now is on the edge of glory, as Lady Gaga might say. They have, at this point, 4 ships in their navy. One is a small stealth fighter, a drop ship, which is very expensive to maintain and does not give them money, but they can use it in ways. That's the Camelin Viper. They have the Elaine, which is a messenger ship, a Jump 4 messenger ship, which is also expensive, but it also does not make them money, but is important for messaging. And at the moment, that ship is jumping off to go and deliver the Harlock to a mission. It's a Jump 4 ship. There are very few Jump 4 ships around. They have one, and that is a very valuable thing that will be probably used to coordinate all sorts of stuff. And they have now a brand new ship, the Mercifuge, soon to be renamed the Last Refuge, which used to be part of Ferrik Redthane's fleet. It was part of the fleet. It was captained by Mira Silverhand, who is now dead.
What kind of ship was it? Just so I can give it a googe.
Oh, it is one of the salvage haulers with the.
The claws and stuff.
Mm-hmm, with the claws.
Man, he's gonna love that.
Very large hold.
Salvage lobster.
Yeah, salvage lobster. So those two. So you both, the Gambler and also the Mercifuge Last Refuge, have jumped from Thieves to Palindrome. Now I'm going to pull up a map because I just feel like we need to think about this for a moment in a couple of different ways. That's all. So let me show you all our map. So as we speak, we are going to be coming up when we actually sort of start for realsies. We'll be on the day 430, I wrote it down, 34. 244 is your day. 244, 1105, also Garnet 1. And yes, so in this moment, the Elaine has left Thieves and has just hit Thebes on its way that direction, outwards. And the Gambler has moved from Thieves to Palindrome, which is partly what I'm doing right now is telling you some things that Lindy told me as well. Some ideas for the future. So they have left Thieves here, and they have moved to Palindrome, which is a 1 parsec jump, which means they have 1 parsec's worth of fuel left in their tank, which means they can make it to the secret Rat King base right there. And they have already prepaid the fuel to get out there. So if they go from Palindrome to the Rat King, they can make it to Borite or Norik, and they can make it one of these two places, and they won't have to worry about paying anything else. Now, that's where they're at. They have just jumped into this system, and they are currently waiting for the Mercifuge to show up because...
Is that Lindy's idea? Because that's really good.
No, I'm just letting Lindy know. Lindy's idea, I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
So, and it has to do with that
Lindy's idea was awful. We're saying
no, it's good.
Yeah, all right, perfect.
Because I had to talk to Lindy about the fact that her character's going to be missing for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Right? So...
I see. Now we don't have to go back to Thief for a bit. We just immediately jump, go to Clark. But
yes.
No, that wasn't her idea. Never mind.
But her idea is that most likely the Mercifuge and, well, Lindy wants something, is what I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell you what Lindy wants. Whether or not Lindy's going to get what Lindy wants is going to be up to you all because Lindy's not here right now. Lindy wants Ferrik Redthane's ship, is what Lindy
okay.
wants.
Lindy wants a lot of things.
I know.
Lindy spends all of our money. Lindy has desires and wishes that we can't fulfill. And so, I mean, they're not even here, and there's a wish list.
I know.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah, take that.
Sure,
Lindy.
fine.
Yeah, defend yourself right now or forever hold your peace. Up, never mind.
Lindsay wants to steal his ship. Lindsay thinks that we can steal his ship. That's what she wants. And
I mean, steal or acquire?
Acquire his ship. And if that is the case, that you steal that ship, someone's going to need to fly it.
Right.
And so her idea was that if you can get that ship from Ferrik Redthane, that she would pilot his ship, and she and Kirsch would take their two ships back to Thieves, get a new crew to crew Ferrik's ship if you can get it, and then get the money for the bounty from Derrican, and then meet you all back in Borite, Torpor, or Clark. Basically, meet you, like have Kirsch
while we go to Clark and drop off.
Basically, yeah. So that basically somebody needs to go back to Thieves, but you all don't have the money or the fuel for that. So she's like, we can basically, that was her idea. But for this to work, she wants to steal that ship. I'm just noting it that she wants.
I like that. I mean, she's got 2 weeks off, so we've got to make it happen. All right, perfect.
Make it happen. But I thought I would talk to you a little bit about some of the things that are going on as you have shown up in Palindrome. So there are just a couple of fun things. One, y'all are poor. You are not, you do not have
Palindrome,
a lot.
Or if you're dyslexic, palindrome.
You don't have a lot of money. I just deducted all of the Elaine's expenses except for their crew pay. You're down to like what, 23,000 credits, something like this. I think you're low. You're low.
Yeah, we're not good. We're not doing great.
Yeah, you're not doing great, and you haven't paid for the crew. There's a lot that you need to do money-wise, and you've got money just a few jumps away, as long as you can get Ferrik Redthane. Now, Ferrik Redthane, I'm sure, would prefer you not to take him and to not do that. And I'm sure he has a very compelling argument for why you would not capture him. And turn him in
wait for that.
For 2.5 million credits. I hope it's a really good argument. I'm seeing Greg's face, and Greg's face is like, it's not going to be that good of an argument.
No, I'm actually still going over the logistics of doing all of those things that Lindy said to do, knowing that we don't really move quickly.
Right. We'll see.
Yeah.
She just wants you to capture that ship. That's the big thing that she wants. So, that said.
I wanted to say this. If we do all that, then everybody, Chad, Lindy, yeah, right. Lindy's the one that's slowing us down, just so you know.
Right. Exactly.
So, you have arrived in system. You have jumped into the Palindrome system. Now, there is a space station out there that you can go and do your stuff with, but my understanding is that you kind of want to wait for the Mercifuge to show up. Maybe just go get Ferrik Redthane right away, but you have to wait in space a little bit. So you're most likely waiting at that 100 diameter jump point for the Mercifuge to show up. It's that one of those things. You have to wait. And waiting is interesting because this is the moment that I'm going to introduce a mechanic to you that I have not been able to introduce yet because you haven't done it, but now you're waiting around so I can.
The waiting mechanic.
Mm-hmm. If you want to pirate people. Oh, I should note 240.
Oh, the fishing one.
Mm-hmm. 244, which is the day you're at. 245 is when you have more things you have to do, like distribute booty. There's like you've got some ticking clocks on people's morale and etc. But let's just talk about the waiting game. When you want to go and pirate people, what you do is you park yourself somewhere in a system, probably either at a jump point or a gas giant, although the jump point's a better place because you're more likely to find people there. And then you have to wait. You wait to see if something shows up. And you get basically one roll a day to see if a good target will show up. And I am going to tell you how that goes, because right now you are waiting for for Kirsch to show up. So we get to have a little bit of a waiting moment. I roll 2d6. I roll a d6-6. And there are, whenever you decide to wait for prey, and that will dictate...
66, 11 to 66.
I'm going to make a nice macro for it, but at the moment, I'm just going to roll this, and then we're going to talk about I roll a 4 and a 3. But there are modifiers. And I'm going to tell you what those modifiers are so that you can have a better sense of where you may or may not want to hang out for piracy, right? Finding a place that has a long gap between the planet or the station and the jump point is never bad. But this is what I do.
4 and a 3?
4 and a 3 is what I rolled, a 4 and a 3. So if you have a backwater system, that's a minus to the first die. If it's a dangerous world, it's a minus to the second die. If it's a high traffic world, it's a plus to the first die. So the first die is going to give you the chance really of getting an encounter, right? And then the second die is kind of what kind of encounter in many ways. If it's a secure world, then you get a bonus to that second die. If it's a capital or a key system, you get a +2 to the second die, i.e. more likely you're going to find something there. If there's a naval base, then you get a +2 to the second die, meaning it's more likely that whatever it is you find might be a little bit more dangerous. So this is the kind of you're thinking about, like, the more backwoods it is, the less likely to find an encounter. The more secure it is, the more likely you're going to find a dangerous encounter. And just so you know, and I rolled a 4-3. Now, I'm not normally going to tell you necessarily exactly what it is you find, because some things are not what they seem. Some things are lies. Because some ships seem like a trading ship, but they're actually smugglers that have weapons, secret weapons, So that said, Palindrome as a planet doesn't have any bonuses or negatives to its first die, because it's not really either backwoodsy enough, backwater enough, or so backwater. So, a backwater basically is a planet with an X or an E starport. So like Borite is a backwater, which means there's not as good piracy there. A high traffic system is a class A or a class B starport. And Palindrome has a class B starport, which is going to give it a bonus to its second die. It is not a capital or a key system. It's not a dangerous world. A dangerous world has an amber or red code or a law level of 3 or less, so wildness. Secure means it has a high law level, and a naval base is a naval base. So I get to add 1 to the second die, making this a 4-4 rather than a 4-3. And a 4-4 means no encounter for that day. There was just basically no ships come through that day that seemed like good targets. There might be things coming in or out, but nothing, no juicy targets, right? So every day you sit and wait, I get to roll that die. Depending on where you are, some places are better than others, and we find out if there is a target for you. That said, I'm going to give you some intel while you're waiting for Kirsch. Your welcome packet does come in. The welcome packet is very slick, very nice, because this is Palindrome has a very, very nice starport. It's a great B-level starport, so all is good there. There's a nice slick package about Palindrome being a wonderful place for trade. It's a pretty big sell. Like, it seems like it's what's the word? A paradise of great trade and opportunity on Palindrome. That is what the welcome packet tells you.
What? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what the welcome packet video says. The welcome packet video hologram.
Outdated.
Maybe. It might be. But it says it's really good. It says it's wonderful. But as you wait, I will tell you a couple of ships do jump in that you're waiting as you're waiting. And I'm going to tell you something about those ships. I'm going to need some kind of roll. I'm going to need some sensors would be good.
I could do sensors.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe some streetwise would be not bad from somebody.
Well, I can do that.
And
well, golly, that's me.
And then From Soto, I feel like some recon wouldn't be bad.
And a tolerance roll.
And a tolerance roll.
From Soto.
8.
Thank you.
Skills.
And you have,
I'm making a streetwise.
you have really, by the way, you have great sensors, so you have a bonus to that. There's a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. Oh, okay. Well, you rolled that with a boon, but
Per usual. Hold on, let me turn that up.
but I will let you have that boon because this is about
No, no.
piracy. This
Okay.
is about piracy, and you were
All
once a
right.
pirate, so
Okay.
you did work as a pirate back in the day. So let me just tell you a couple of things about this space as you're waiting for Kirsch to show up. There's not a lot of traffic, first off. There's some traffic, but not a lot. Technically, Palindrome, if you look at the map, is at the end of a chain, and the only way to get to the rest of that chain is with a 3-jump ship. And there are not a lot of 3-jump ships that are hanging out in the middle of nowhere, right? So there are sometimes, like the Imperial Navy or some really expensive Imperial ships might jump through this area and make their way down here, from here into Borite. It's faster than going the long way, but you have to have jump 3 ships, and that is pretty expensive. That's a lot of fuel, right? So it's not like you're going to get a lot of traffic here. And you don't see a huge amount of traffic. You might see a convoy, like an Imperial trade convoy, come through as like, oh, convoy. But those are going to be like higher jump ships, big, right? But again, also this place is a little bit backwoodsy, so you don't really get a lot of ships coming through. But you do notice 1 or 2 trade ships. Your scans show that these trade ships are armed. They're all armed, and they're all well armed. They've got weapon signatures all up on them.
Okay.
So,
What kind? Oh, not sensors. Never mind.
yeah. So, Severance, what this tells you is these are either pirates and not actually traders, or this is a system that you are not supposed to pirate in. Right? This is a pretty, you don't tend to have lots and lots of highly armed traders in a system without that being it's a little suspicious. Now, if you are a highly armed ship, you show up, you're not going to be that suspicious because everybody's pretty highly armed here, which makes you think there's probably a lot of pirates who hang out here, and it is not particularly...
Makes sense.
Yeah, and it is not particularly... and of course... You can be like, well, they're pirates, so that's why I'm armed. But in a place like this, that tends to mean that you probably should not be pirating ships in this area. And that tends to mean that whoever is in charge of this system probably might be piratical or aligned or corrupt or something, right? So there's like well, he's hiding out here. He's not actually in charge of this space, right? But you're getting a sense that this is a place, it's also because it's so close to Thieves, this is also probably one of those places that you're not really supposed to make trouble. And trying to pirate would probably be a bit more dangerous because you don't really see a lot of unprotected ships in this area.
You either pirate far away from the pirate's nest or literally inside the pirate's nest.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Not anywhere near it.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. That is the way to put it. And what I would say to you, Soto, is thinking about recon. What you notice when you sort of come in here is that the welcome packet seems old. It seems like it has not been updated in a while. The ships that are coming in, you basically get 2 types of, you're seeing that a lot of them are, they've got their transponders on. They are often coming in pairs or 2s or 3s when they can, or they'll jump in and they'll wait for somebody else to come and join them. So it feels to you as if these are, from military experience, that military ships, like or official convoys, they tend to have linked astrogation and navigation sort of modes. They can all sort of arrive together at the same time, but that's very expensive, and that tends to be like high level stuff. But you do see ships coming in and then waiting for another ship to show up, which says to you you're looking at you're looking at pirates, you're looking at non expensive or high level convoys is what you're sort of looking at. But this is sort of what regular folks do. Like these are let me put it this way for Soto. These are not, let's say, alpha hunting packs, right? They are a bit more low rent, but also you will note that from the comings and goings, you are seeing people jump out from this space, and some of them are not high jump ships, and you're thinking maybe one or two of them are heading towards that pirate Rat King, right? So they could be going somewhere else, but you're like, well, where did you come from, right? Like when you see a one jump ship coming in and out, you're like, okay, well, what is that about, right? So you're kind of noting that this seems to be perhaps also tactically a bit piratical. I think that's the best way to put it, right? You want to watch out a little bit, but you also know, for your recon, that the place where Ferrik Redthane, the moon where he's supposed to be, is quite distant from this jump space and also from the main planet. You have to kind of go way out of your way because it's a moon around a gas giant. So he's out there. You're gonna have to like take it, like you're not gonna have intruders showing up, I think is the best way to put it. Also, if you show up in that space with your sensors blaring, he is going to know it, right? Because the minute you start scanning, he's going to know it, because this is just not, he's out in the middle of nowhere. So that is what I wanted to tell you. You have a little bit of time before Kirsch shows up, because he did not roll as well as you did.
Did we roll for our training and stuff?
No, you did not.
No.
Would you
Can
like
I do
to?
that real quick so I can fail it and then continue my study?
Absolutely. Hold on now. What did you study? What are you studying?
Soto did mechanics, and Rease did comms, and because they've been on the boat the same amount of time, they're ready to rock and roll. So
I am ready for that. So let us start.
7 or 8 weeks.
It's
What's
8
that?
weeks. It's 8 weeks for one period, but how if you want a 0, you have to have one 8-week period. If you want a 1, you need one 8-week period. If you want 2, you need 2 8-week periods, right? So it's whatever skill you want to get to is how many 8-week periods you need to have successfully completed in order to move forward with that. So let's start with also, we do have this in our Google Docs. It's in there. At least I don't know how up to date it is, but it is in there. Because you should be tracking that. Could I get your education check, please?
absolutely. I'll do Soto first. This
Yes,
is going to be
please.
the first failure of the night.
Perfect. Here we go.
Because if the Aslan are known for anything, especially the guys, it's education.
Yes, that is correct.
Damn.
Would you like to spend your luck?
Do I have to spend 2 or do I just spend 1 to hit it?
Just one.
And then yes, I will. I'll never get that close again. So yes, I will hit that.
You have now officially spent enough time studying mechanics that you now have. You have a 1 in mechanics now? Is that right?
Yes. Look at me.
Can I ask you what you were doing? How were you working with this? Now, Wesley is your main mechanic on board.
Yeah, I established very early on that Soto was like uncomfortably watching Wesley.
Yes,
And
like
a
predator.
Right, like if Wesley's down on his knees working on something, all of a sudden, like the hair of Soto like creeps across his vision as he like leans over to look to see what's going on, quietly sneaking up behind him. And somehow Soto is now a mechanic 1, which is unheard of for the
crazy.
Aslan.
Well, no, I mean, it's only unheard of for Aslan men.
Man.
Right.
They shouldn't have that skill at all. That's not really
None.
appropriate
They should
for
know
them.
nothing about it. Yeah,
They should know nothing
anything
about that.
it.
We said Aslan, not Aslis.
No, Aslas chaps. That's different.
Right.
That's an Aslan.
That's what I'm
chaps.
studying next time.
Okay, let's talk about Rease.
Okay, so this would be her education role is for comms. So here we go.
Ooh, 2 off.
She's definitely spending the 2 on that because she has way more luck than I do, and
She's
so
younger.
That's correct.
That's correct. So now she has since she has electronics already. Yes, at 0.
This takes her to comms 1.
Absolutely perfect. She has her first specialization. What does that look like? Especially since we have somebody who's hanging out on comms right now as well, sensors. How much are Rease and Emelisa hanging out is my question.
I would think that initially, and since the Dame already has a nemesis, I certainly won't add that by putting Rease in that. But I will, again, Rease was very, very excited about being the comms officer initially because there was literally no one else that could do it. And so, she studied and studied and studied, and fucking just before she was ready to take that test get it, here she rolls in and takes the chair. Yep. So while Rease hasn't said anything or acted any differently, it's not like she...
You're doing the same thing with astrogation?
No, this is just comms.
Okay. It's basically one station. It's like the astrogation comm station, yeah.
So, so she absolutely is very pleasant. There's no vitriol or anything like that, dripping from her tongue when she's speaking. But she's inside. She's fucking furious because she knows she got it now, and now she can't do it.
I will say, all Emelisa really wants to do is astrogate. So if Rease shows interest in comms and sensors, she will gladly hand that over.
And now this is Greg telling you
the exact same thing happened with me, but it was for astrogation. So
right.
Sorry, Jesus, I'm just making enemies everywhere.
No. This is Greg saying your character is far more qualified to do all of this, and this was basically like, oh my God, we need someone to do this. I have the character Rease. Right. I'm perfectly fine with that. Rease, however, is harboring resentment, and that's it. That's how the fucking cards dropped. So
that's valid.
I do not think that Emelisa yet has 8 weeks worth of study. Where are you at, Severence, with your study?
Yeah, so I was doing astrogation, and I have a 0 in astrogation now. I was gonna do. It would be 2 weeks. Because we didn't write it down. It would be the next 2, right? So when we moved to whatever, when we went to Thieve, and then right now, it would have been 2 weeks into astrogation to get.
You actually already rolled that. It looks like.
Okay.
Because I see it. Yeah. That's because you got it. So you're actually you're all up on your training, as it looks like.
I'm good with my astrogation. All right, so I am now thinking of a new skill to work on. And I kind of am thinking Aslan.
Troch.
Yeah, language, Troch.
And culture.
But that's
the next period.
Yeah, I think that's maybe what I'm learning. Just the Aslan culture.
Yeah.
Troch. Because I don't know it.
Yeah.
And I think like I'm finding myself more embarrassed than I am confident in these interactions that involve the Aslan in our crew. So I think I'm going to try. I think I'm going to learn maybe I don't know if is there like a culture role, or should I just do it as a language?
Language.
Troch.
Because
Okay.
language is also culture. It's both.
Yeah, so I will add a plus. Nice. Specialty. How do I spell
Well,
Troch?
except that you don't
TR
have it yet. You have to study for 8 weeks.
Right, but can I put it down at least?
Well, no, you don't have it yet.
Oh, not at all. Perfect.
Yeah, you don't have it yet.
Great. Now, if I was to write it down even over here, what would it be?
You would have language, and then you would have the
Specialty.
specialty troll.
Right. Thank you. And that was not the question. The question what I meant to ask was, how do I fucking spell Troch?
Oh, Trokh.
TR. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
I do have a. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick, Myth. If you want to do that, I will set Soto on Galangic, so we can
Yeah. All right.
have Soto and Severence study together. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Aw, bonding.
Soto, don't remember we have a study session tonight. I'll see you at my place. Seven, my place. I'm holding my tablets.
I was going to nap.
Nope. No naps.
Sorry.
You were going to say Nugget.
Yeah, so I have the 1 week of the study period athletics for our jump here to Palindrome. Would I have gotten a couple of weeks from Drinax to Thief?
Oh, you would have, but I would note. Let's.
But you're an NPC then, so haha.
No, because you had already
Fair.
started, because you actually had your first scene before then. Let me just take a look at the ship's, the Elaine's flight path. So you went from Drinax to Marduk. That's 1 week. And you were probably you did not have any missions because you were a passenger. So you would have had that week in ports. That's week 2. And then you went from Marduk to Thieve. So that's so you had 3 weeks before you got to Thieve. And then this 1 week to Palindrome. So that's 4 weeks. You have 4 weeks of a study session. What have you been doing?
Athletics.
Oh, yes. That's good. That's smart. Working out.
And then, yeah, she joined Quint's knife fighting sessions once on the Gambler.
That is fair. So, and there's a spot in the character sheet to sort of mark out, how many weeks you've been spending.
Yeah.
So,
I have
you
a
are
real
waiting.
quick question,
Absolutely.
Trooper. Are you allowed to study like psionics? Are we allowed to We can't do that, can we?
If you have psionics, you can study to improve your talents.
Do you need a trainer to do it, or can you do it alone on your own?
Well, the Harlock has left some books, and so there is some self-study. So
Psionics for dummies.
yes,
Right.
so you can do self-study, but the thing is you can never gain new talents. You can only improve the ones that you already have.
Okay.
Because your talents are basically set when you get your
'Cause
evaluation.
You're sitting in your room only practicing the things you know.
Yeah. Well, but also it's about you can't learn.
They're passing the ball to Queen Amidala and Padme and back, and you've got your
Yes,
good
but
force
also the
sphere.
talents are not things. They're not skills that you learn. They're sort of innate sort of capabilities that you have. So you can improve them through practice, but you can't. Like if you don't have teleportation, you're never going to have teleportation. It's done. So you are there. But yes, so if somebody like Rease, for example, wanted to study her psionics,
Doesn't Rease have everything? Isn't Rease like a goddess?
she doesn't have everything.
god-
Not
I'm sorry,
clairvoyance,
assless.
right?
Yeah, she doesn't have clairvoyance.
I
Or
like
it's-
how everybody remembers the thing I don't have. Yes.
She's got everything else. It's super fucking impressive.
Awareness is the one she doesn't have.
That's
She
right. It's
doesn't have-
awareness. I just checked. I was
That's
like,
what it is.
oh yeah, awareness is crossed out. Yep, she doesn't have awareness,
She
which
can
is
see the dead and through walls and speak to plants because she's a cat,
right.
not because of psionic.
But you probably don't want her to have awareness. That's the one that allows her to like beef up her body in ways that are insane. Just
Well, now
Yeah.
I want awareness.
so you are waiting on your ship in the middle of space.
Right, we're still doing this.
And you're waiting and you see these ships coming in and out. Not that many, because again, this is really a backwoods, backwater place. There is no reason for anybody to come here because it's got this 3 jump gap, unless you're a pirate.
Yeah.
If you're a pirate, you know a little bit more about this place, but if you're not a pirate, there's really not a lot of reasons to come here. So you're kind of waiting and waiting and waiting. And after about 7 or 8 hours, there's this brilliant, every time a ship, well, not your ship has stealth jump drive, so you don't make a big, huge flash when you arrive in system, unlike almost every other ship. So that's why your ship is so expensive. But
And our ship looks really weird because of it. There's like these giant tubes in the back of it that are supposed to be a muzzle.
these dampeners, right?
Yeah, giant dampener muzzle flash for our turbo drive.
And you just like when you jump into a system, you just go whoosh, right? When everybody else jumps into the system, it's this massive flash that
They
can be seen.
splash, we drop them.
Yeah, from very far away. And when these big splashes come up, you've got people on sensors, probably Rease, probably Emelisa, on sensors, making sure, like giving your big watch to see what's happening when you arrive. And there is a flash after about 7 or 8 hours. And when you scan it, because it's not hard to find it. I'm not going to make you roll because they've got their transponder on, as do you. And there is the Mercifuge that sort of arrives. And you just hear on comms, this is the Mercifuge in system.
Should we just wait? Or should we?
I'm going to let you know, they
Or should we let him
are
know?
not going to be able to discover you. You have stealth coding and really advanced sensors.
We're like right next to him, and he's like, "I'm here," and we're just staring at him.
He's looking out the front viewport, and all of a sudden we're like, right in front.
Right underneath. Loud and clear, curse. Loud and clear, last refuge.
Oh,
Yeah, we're just sort of pulling into his cockpit like his windshield.
because again, just to emphasize, you guys are very, very stealthy as a ship.
Yeah.
It is very hard to, unless you are broadcasting, it is not that easy to find you. He goes, it's good to see you, Captain. So,
You
what are
as
the
well,
orders?
Captain.
By the way, I've got a great crew. We should talk about this in person. Hello, everybody there at the Stone Jackal. I hope you're doing well. Is Soto Masi there?
Hello, crew. Hello, other crew.
Soto would absolutely not be anywhere near the bridge. He never is, so he would be.
He's
I
waiting
would
to
see
do
that Rease is
Marines.
probably there, just watching enviously as everybody works at stations. But
So tell Soto Masi that Kirsch says hello. Captain Kirsch.
Rease kind of, okay.
Will do, thank you.
Oh, and how does everybody's trip go? Wait, what are our mission orders? Also, how did everybody's trip go? Ours went pretty well.
It was uneventful, thank you. I can't wait to learn more about your crew and how your trip went. But as for orders, we are to... Damn it. This is usually what Lindy has that idea. So we are...
Where? Okay, now I need to look at my notes and
So
see. So
you
Ferrik's
know
hiding.
you know his exact location because somebody went into Mira Silverhand's brain and pulled out that location.
Yeah. That was the location. I thought it was, yeah. Okay, great. So we know where he is.
Mm-hmm. He's on a distant moon.
What do we want to do, crew? Do we want to send all of our people there? Do we want to... I don't know.
Wasn't that the
Shit.
plan, that we were going to fly in with the last refuge to be like running point as the
Cool, let's
known
do it.
vessel?
Mm-hmm.
And all I
Where are we
remember
going
from the
after?
entire exchange, because I deliberately make sure Soto's in the dark,
Yeah.
is that I heard, because of what we've done, the likelihood of there being a space battle is greatly diminished. But the likelihood of there being like a face-to-face melee battle is greatly enhanced. So I don't know.
Right. I
That's
remember
all I
those
took
things.
away from it.
Yeah, okay.
Those are all true things.
Right, I remember that part now. Okay, so let's do that.
Because
Let's
you
have-
know he's paranoid.
Yeah.
You know that he is ready to leave
All
at
these
any.
pirates are paranoid.
Well, he is because Admiral Derrican wants to kill him and keeps might be hiring people in dangerous ships to come find him and kill him.
That's what we'll do. Yes, thank you for the reminder.
So, Kirsch, Captain Kirsch,
yes.
I think you should be flying point to this location. Can we send those? Should we send those location? Who's on sensors? Who's someone? Dame?
I'm on. Yep.
Great.
I can...
Could you go ahead and send the coordinates that we pried out of Mira Silverhand's mind into to Kirsch?
Sensors.
Does she say that out loud?
Of course not. No.
Okay, I was like, if she does,
go for it.
Hate you. Go for it. Yes,
everybody's gonna hate it.
We're sending you those coordinates. We're sending you the coordinates now. Meet us there. We will be in your wake.
Oh,
you will be on point for your personality, and ship will be easily identified.
Oh, all right. And then
should let us in.
And then what?
Mm-hmm. All right, great. Good talking with you.
Oh, okay.
Kirsch has a good question, Admiral. What's the plan once we get to this moon? Are we landing? Taking it by force?
And I look over
firing
towards,
from orbit.
And I look towards Soto, and Soto's not there because Soto's downstairs, probably trying to plug in something.
And Soto is your head Marine, right? So he's the person that really should be having that conversation with you. But he's
look to where Greg would be sitting. Greg's not there. Shit, fuck.
Napping? I don't know.
Yeah, shit. He's in his room with an English book. Reading it upside down. Yeah, Galangic, reading it upside down.
Yeah, we can say that he's napping. He's always napping when you don't see him.
Or lurking.
Or, right.
Yeah.
Ready to scare Wesley. Something like
that. So we need to get, well, we don't, do we have information on how many ships he has? What's his security like?
You do.
So that's where we're going to need to probably get that information first.
That information is probably.
To the bridge.
So they're talking about you?
That information is probably available to you in the logs of Mira Silverhand.
Oh, okay.
At least some of it, right?
Well, because I had her data pad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And she's not going to be all loose with her information, but some of that stuff you're asking for is pretty mundane, so it's probably going to be in there fairly easily. I could just get if I could get a computers check with a boon, because you and it's going to be a trivial, just like an easy. That's a 4+ to get that info. The question is how much you can get in there, basically.
14.
Okay, well now, we're gonna
I'm real good at this.
Yeah, you are. So that is an extraordinary success. We're going to have to note that. I have to note this down somewhere because that's going to give you well, I'll tell you what that's going to give you. That's going to give you information that maybe she should not have, right? There's information that she should have, which would be trivial to have, like what kind of ship he has, but there's stuff that maybe she shouldn't have, and I think she does have it, and that's what that's going to mean. So he has a ship, and his ship is called the Janel Torsk. I'm going to tell you the difference between just a regular success and what you're getting. So the Janel Torsk. JANALTORSK.
Sounds like Janel Torque.
As you know, well, you didn't know this, Emelisa, but Redthane is a very successful pirate captain, and that means he has a total of 3 ships. Having 3 ships makes you a successful pirate captain. You're not a pirate lord, but like that's very respectable. Having about 3, that's like respectable. Now, of those 3, one of them was Kirsch's ship, which they did a mutiny on him. That one is out there somewhere. The second one is the Mercifuge, which you now have, which means the third one is his ship.
Yeah.
Yep. And his ship, there's information on the ship itself. So you do have that information. His ship is a far trader. 200 D-ton far trader, which means if you think about this, he probably has a ship that could pass as not a pirate ship, right? He's the one that is, he's the captain. But you all, every single person here, lottie-dottie, everybody knows things about far traders because you run into them so often. You know that they are jump to ships. You know that on the base level, they've got pretty good hold. They've got a pretty good size hold, but they are not particularly fast. They're thrust 1 maneuver drives. You have a thrust 6, right? So they're not particularly maneuverable, not fast, but they've got a good hold. They are a good, and you do not see in there, she's apparently taken a lot of information on him and his ship. She might be a bit obsessive. She's dead, so not anymore. The ship has not upgraded its sensors, so it's got the regular civilian sensors, which are not, they are what they are. Mm. This ship has a ship of this size has 2 hard points. You could put 2 weapons on it. It only has 1, which probably says to you about crew, their crew manifest. But they have 1 double turret with pulse lasers. So they have dual pulse lasers on this ship, which long range, decent damage. You also get basically a sense of the crew manifest. And this ship has got, because you've got basically some finances coming in and out. You can kind of tell from there. This is a full complement ship. There's a captain, pilot, astrogator, sensor operator, engineer. They have got, both of their turrets, they've got 2 double turrets, pardon me. So they've got 2 gunners, and they've got 4 Marines. And that is a full crew complement. Because far traders have, 10 staterooms, right? So they've got a full crew. That's an expensive crew, but that means they are well armed and can put up a fight. Because I will just note this, most ships have no Marines, right? And if you are a pirate ship, about 4 is about the most you can muster, but that's also pretty expensive to have 4 Marines around. A lot of places will have 3. 3 is like a pretty decent number. Some will just have 2.
It's decent, especially if mostly people don't have any.
That's correct. Yeah. If you have 3 Marines and because most people don't have any, they don't have any, you come and attack their ship and it's just them. And they're like, hey guys, I'm the engineer with a wrench. You know what I mean? Like that's so 3 trained Marines is actually pretty good, but they've got 4. The pay is a little bit pricey, so they're probably decently skilled. That is what you get from that. You also get that Mira Silverhand seems to have been involved a little bit in dealing with pay and logistics for Ferrik. Also, it seems as if she might have been, because you rolled so well, what's the word?
Stealing?
From Kirsch, yes. She might have been routing funds, just undercutting Kirsch's sort of pay, so that they were a little bit underfunded, so they just couldn't be as good as she was, I think is the best way to put it. And it also looks to you as if she might have poached 1 or 2 of his crew members at one point in the past, like a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, based on these logs that I'm seeing in Mira's datapad, Redthane has a full crew, 4 Marines, 2 gunners, double turrets mounted on his ship. Not great sensors, just the default installed ones. He's going to be very well armed. So I think we need a plan for what we're going to do when we get planet side or moon side.
I think at that point, Soto would be in the doorway into the bridge, and he would kind of reach up and hold on to the... Yeah, he would reach up and keep the iris open whenever it comes in, so he could just kind of filling the entire space. And he again it tries to make it look like he understands exactly what's on like the readouts that are coming in, but as soon as he's identified that there are 4 potential skilled fighters, if we can land and not engage immediately, I can kill them in their sleep.
I will note for the record, just this is something that would come across with your logs as well, since she is a bit in charge of pay. It does not seem as if they have been paid in a while. Because they're hiding. And they have just done this, like, they did this really big, bold attack, right? To get all this stuff. But the stuff they got, they've not been able to really sell. Like, they get a little bit of... Yeah, they got a little bit of money from it, but all that fuel they want to give to the pirate lords, right? They've got a lot of stuff, but that means it has been a while since they've been paid. You're going to guess, and they have not been able to go to Thieve to sort of offload stuff. So you're going to guess that their morale is probably not the best. That is the other thing I'll add.
Okay. So if we can land and get an invitation to stay overnight, Soto could take care of the muscle. The other avenue is they haven't really been paid. They're because they haven't had a chance to go to Thieve, they haven't had a chance to offset any of the things that they've looted, then they could be bribed. That's also an option. I don't know how loyal they are to Redthane, but I imagine
money?
not very.
All right.
With the potential 2.5 million credits.
Right.
Sorry, we'll just add one more thing about this. Just finances. Mira Silverhand had landed on Thieve, and presumably she was going to sell stuff and make money to help pay crews, but you killed her, so
we killed her.
She has not been able to do that. So there's a bit of a lack of, like, they're probably waiting on her to give them money. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're probably waiting on income from her, which is never going to come. Just adding that fun times.
I think a good angle here might be that if we go in with Kirsch, have him bring the news that Mira has been killed by Derekin's men, that Derekin is making moves against them, which Redthane was already suspecting, was already wary of.
Right.
Perhaps get an invitation to assist or an offer to assist, and then get an invitation to stay the night, grab Redthane, get out of there. That's an option. A little bit more covert, not as gung-ho.
We will not be able to leave the ship. He indicates Rease.
Gotcha.
I mean, till it's go time, because this guy despises Aslan, right? So.
Yeah.
Right.
No, this guy's not that guy. That's Peter Vallis.
Ferrik is.
I got him
Ferrik is
confused.
Aslan, right?
Yeah, no, he's not Aslan. He's human. You don't know what kind of human he is.
Human? I didn't know that.
But he look, Ferrik Redthane doesn't dislike Aslan. He's worked with Aslan. He seems like a pretty good pirate. He seems like a nice guy, but a little bit desperate. Like the kind of guy that...
And he did want to side with Irontooth, so...
Or Peter. He was going to side with whoever, actually. But he was willing to side with Irontooth. He seems like a good guy, maybe the kind of guy that you wouldn't murder for 2.5 million credits. Seems like a good guy.
Sure.
Sorry. that just amuses me because I find it very unlikely. But he's not like a sociopathic Aslan hater like Peter Vallis. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So we have a salvage ship that was once Mira Silverhand's, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, he's going to have questions about why Mira's not driving it.
Right, so he's going to know that.
Yeah.
We also have Kirsch.
You do have Kirsch.
Who's driving it.
And I'm going to point out something about this just timing-wise so that you know, because your characters would know this. Timing-wise, and I think the person who would know this the best at this moment would be Severance and Quint. But the timing is, because of how timing works, you cannot communicate with people unless you're in the same system with them or unless you send a message, right?
Right.
And what you know is all three of those ships went and attacked those 2 planets. And then Kirsch and his ship went to go and like offload some stuff, right? And it was there that he got attacked. And then they had to jump over, right, to go and try and make their way out. And then he got stuck and what's the word? There was a mutiny. But because he was late, Ferrik was already gone, and Mira Redthane was already gone. It is unlikely, and Mira Silverhand spoke to Ferrik, you know this from the logs, after that incident, but before she found out about it. She apparently found out about the mutiny on Theve, right? Because you found that out from her, which means that she is not able to contact Ferrik, which means Ferrik probably does not know about the mutiny, does not know about Kirsch's crew.
Kirsch.
Yeah. Unless Kirsch's crew showed up and told Ferrik, except that, you know, that could not have happened because the only person who knew where Ferrik was hiding was Mira. Ferrik had not told Kirsch where he was hiding. So there's no way that Kirsch's crew could have alerted Ferrik about that either. So as far as you can tell, there's no way that Ferrik Redthane knows about Kirsch's mutiny.
Okay, is there a possibility, and this is Greg talking out loud, is there a way for us to go with this narrative? Kirsch, we need Kirsch to tell the truth as much as possible because that I don't want him to have to make any rolls.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if he basically says, you know, everything happened. I was marooned. I was, you know, they took my ship from me. They took your ship from me. When I finally made my way to Theve, I had found out that Mira's crew had done the same. I don't know where she is or what is going on. We found her stuff. I took her ship and I hightailed it back here to make sure you were safe. This is the crew that found me, and I promised them a reward.
Right. And now just imagine, though, in narrative, in canon, I said it. No, that's a really good idea. And also, it works.
I'm sorry. That is the most Severance thing ever, and I love it so much. I just need you to know that. That was so good.
Thank you. That's why I said I should say it.
Well, do we want... Because we did tell Kirsch that Darrican's men killed Mira. So do we want to add that in?
Absolutely, because that's the narrative that makes a ton of sense. It doesn't make sense
Right.
that we just showed up and killed Mira. None of that makes any sense. If she died by Darrican's hand, that just seems like he's getting closer to...
And it feeds into his paranoia. And we have Ferrik who knows... or we have Kirsch who knows Ferrik, who they have that emotional tie, so that's going to also reassure Ferrik to potentially expose any other emotions that he may be feeling, because he has the only thing that he can trust maybe left, Kirsch, which is I think that's really, really cool. We also have there's a couple of things that we could add into this plan, maybe. We have a new transponder, which I know means we have like a shield or a plate that goes over a fake license plate that goes over our license plate. Is there a way we can spoof that so it looks like there are 2 license plates? As in, this guy has bad sensors. Can it look like there's a gambler and there's a stone jackal here?
No, because one overrides the other. Speaking of which, you have turned on your transponder, yes?
Yeah, we have the stone jackal one on, I think.
Okay, I just have to make a note because...
Of who he knows and who he...
No, because you had turned off your transponder on day 225, and the gambler's transponder was turned off. And once you boot up the fake transponder and you turn on the stone jackal, you're also turning on the gambler, but it's suppressed. So if the Navy looks at your logs, it will look like you the longer you have it off, the more suspicious it is. So I just am noting that it went back online. I just have to.
225 as in like November 28th.
No, the day 225. So like almost a month ago, about 20 days ago. Your transponder's been off for about 20 days, which is
Right. But looking at the sweet merch, the calendar, wouldn't that be November?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So that's transponder is off. Then. And we are on what day now?
You are in 244.
244.
But your transponder, and I'm going to make a note of this because the Navy's going to ask you why it was off for that long a period.
If we ever run into the Navy.
Oh, people always pay attention.
Which will never happen. Yeah, so it would be off for 2-3 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, so it went back. It went back
weeks.
online at 237.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it would almost be 3 weeks. No, went back on 2. Oh, that's almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna just make that note because it's illegal to turn off your transponder. Just noting it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're allowed to go into covert mode if you're like wild refueling. You don't want to be attacked by pirates or something, right? But
is that a law or is that like a hey, we told you, and then they go, okay, all right?
No, it's a law. It's a law. But again, one of the things is there is no overarching government that's running this area. So if the Imperium or the Aslan board your ship to check things out, because sometimes these big governments run through the Reach because there is no government in the Reach, so they get to do whatever they want. They get to just fly through your space and do whatever they want, however they want to, and they might start asking you questions. But also, very paranoid, high law level planets might check your logs and also ask you questions. So you're dealing with very, very law-abiding planets might have problems with this. Local planetary navies or customs might have problems with this. Or if some of these big, large powers happen to be just walking through your home and decide to just mess with you, then you might have to deal with that as well.
Fun.
Yeah. But, once Drinax is able to be recognized, then that's different. But, they aren't right now. So, I believe you're flying towards the moon?
Yes. Kirsch is still
He's
on
flying
point.
first. Yeah.
Flying first.
Because you told him to.
I assume we would relay that plan to Kirsch.
Oh, now you actually have to relay it to him, because I think you should tell him exactly what you want him to do, because I need to know what you've told him.
All right. We tell him exactly what you said.
I don't know what you're telling him, though. Do you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah. I imagine there's some things that you said here that you're just not going to tell him.
That you want him to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best way. I mean, like this happened last week when we shifted and pivoted to Ferrik or to Kirsch and being us and like, we got to just tell you this straight up. This is what's going on. And he was like, okay. And I feel like this may work here again.
The only thing we don't want Kirsch to be honest about is that we're grabbing Redthane for a bounty to turn in.
Right. And he doesn't quite know that yet, right?
Yes, he does. We told him.
Yeah,
Okay,
we talked about it.
And he didn't like it.
Well, you sold it as this is actually really important for all of for piracy, right? That like this is one of the only ways to keep the pirates safe, and that seemed to have been very important for him, right? Keeping piracy safe. Like his fellow pirates, he seems to really care about. Was pirates.
The payment thing was the reason why Kirsch got
mutinied? No, it's because, that didn't help, right? Because their morale was already pretty low. But because he went and because they weren't getting paid and because they'd been so long without having distributed booty on their way out, he saw a far trader And he's like, let's just go pirate that one. We're on our way out anyway. And he attacked that far trader, but it turns out that far trader was not actually just a regular trader. It was secretly a well-armed smuggling ship that had pop-up turrets.
Right.
When you scan the ship, it doesn't look like they have any weapons. And he's like,
So,
great. And
I keep getting them confused. In Kirsch's mind, it would be that moment. It would be the smuggler ship was the issue.
Yeah, that's right.
Probably not the morale.
That is correct.
Okay.
Well, he thinks, of course, morale is going to be an issue, but he doesn't realize that part of the reason why his morale was low is because Mira
But if he was to think about it,
sabotaging him.
If I was to be in his shoes and I was to think about the reason why I was mutinied, I probably wouldn't say it was because of my own fault. It would be because of it would somehow probably be the smuggler ship. How dare that smuggler ship have whatever?
Absolutely. Right? Yeah.
Which makes it a little difficult because it's very easy for us to be like, hey, play into the fact that he hasn't paid his crew and you didn't pay your crew. And which that may be a thing because you still want us to tell him. Okay, so I think what I'm going to say is, Kirsch, we need you to lead point on this, but he's probably going to contact you first because you are flying in first, which obviously makes sense. But you have a very important role here for the future of your culture and ours. Morale is, of course, what keeps everybody crossing swords and what is keeping ships landing and docking from one ship to another and to making trade, or even crossing or trading blades or blows, or bullets or slugs or lasers or whatever. I'm thinking it is best. Do you remember when you were that day that you were so traitorously marooned in that ship on that station?
Yes, I do.
And you remember when and how it went was there was must have been a smuggling ship, right? That you mentioned that before.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you also considered the issue of payment? Or the acquisitions of booty or treasures, or even any sort of trade or salvage that is done upon a ship, a vessel? Because usually, if I'm not mistaken, a crew expects a little bit more than just the credits that are sent to them.
Yes, absolutely. Which is why we were going to go and take down that ship. It turns out, though, it was really well armed. It was of a trap. You got to watch out, because sometimes, and all this is happening over comms, right? Thing is, when you're a pirate, sometimes there are ships that turn out not to be trading ships after all. Sometimes a ship that just looks like a regular ship. Sometimes it's a smuggler that's well armed. Bad luck. Not the worst luck, but the worst luck is if it's actually Imperial law enforcement pretending to be a far trader. That's actually the worst.
Right, or maybe even like an Imperial enforcer or law enforcement that's pretending to be a pirate lord. But let's just imagine us being in that scenario once again.
Okay. Well, I hope not.
I hope not too, but let's just imagine that we are in that scenario once more where we are on the edge of financial instability and morale even also upon the precipice of crashing toward the brink of betrayal.
Yeah.
Also imagine up ahead there is a very well-armed ship.
Mm-hmm.
This time we know it's there.
Right. So we avoid it.
Time. Well, that's the difference between myself and other captains. Not saying that your knee-jerk reaction here was to avoid it, but I think the exact opposite. We do know other things about this very well-armed ship. The person at the helm is paranoid.
Right.
Meaning that they will also be very interested in trying to forge any bonds with any familiar faces or any familiar
Get allies. Yeah.
allies they must have had in the
Yeah.
past.
Right. Yeah.
This well-armed ship and this very well known adversary, in this case, knows you.
Okay.
So instead of avoiding this very well-armed ship, we burrow straight into it, but not with force, with a heart.
Okay. This is a hypothetical. What am I supposed to take out of this?
This was a hypothetical to get you into it, but it's actually not.
Oh.
This is what's happening in front of us.
Oh.
Well, soon to be, because we are heading towards. This scenario is happening. We are on the precipice of financial ruin, and also moral betrayal between all of our crews. But if we are able to get this done, you won't be marooned a second time. And I'm not threatening you. This is just what will happen with you and myself if this doesn't work.
No, it'll work. I mean,
but if it doesn't work, there won't be another captain that will save you, because like I just mentioned, there is a difference between the captains you and I speak to and me. I don't know how many others there are like me.
Captain Severence.
Admiral.
Admiral Severance. We're not going to fail in any sort of mission. Everything's going to be fine.
That's the spirit. That's what I like to hear, Kirsch. Now, what I need you to do, in this same mindset, what I need you to do is I need you to head in there, and once you start getting a comms beam from Ferrik Redthane, you take it. But you make sure it is as tight as possible. I'm not sure what your crew looks like in sensors and communications, but you make sure that beam is tight and only for your ears.
Right,
Or make it seem so. And you twist his ear, and you bend his heart.
All right.
You know what I mean when I say that?
Right. You want me to go and land and meet with him?
Landing and meeting with him does work here, yes.
Do you want me to say? What do you want me to tell him about you all?
That we are your crew. Admiral.
But so
Admiral Kirsch, does that sound?
Okay. So that
I will be known as Green Glass.
Green Glass. All right. So we've come to rescue him. What?
We have come. You have ordered us to be security for you. But you have personally arrived here to make sure he is doing well, and he has the money to pay his crew.
All right. Well.
And if he doesn't, we can help.
Okay. Well. All right. I got this, I guess. Okay.
Admiral.
Yes.
Don't forget to tell him to, tell about Mira and Derokind and.
You want him to know about Mira?
That Derokind killed Mira. That's the reason why.
Right. And then I also, once you have this, thank you. Once you have this meeting and you're able to settle down, I want you to, of course, he spills his guts about how woe is him, everyone's after him, but also lay it on thick. We want him to be in a place of paranoia. Derokind.
Right.
Has assassinated Mira. Yes?
Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, I didn't really like her very much, but, that's still bad. All right, I got this.
Right. And if he doesn't fall for the bait, or if he doesn't follow this lead, you can assure him that the money that he can pay his crew may come from Derrican himself, for Quartermaster Greenglass is devising a plan to bleed the man of his worth.
All right. I think I've got this. All right. Follow me.
All right. Lead the way, Admiral.
As it's instead of having you talk to yourself in a conversation.
Oh,
that'll-
you're not going to
forever-
hear it because it's tight beam.
Great, perfect. Are there roles that we get to see at least?
I would
Or
like
make?
to know.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to make a roll with a boon,
Okay.
and that is going to be from Kirsch. This is a roll with a boon, and the boon comes from you all because
Okay.
you have given him a lot of things, right, to help him.
Juicy info.
A lot of juicy info, a lot of things to help him with this situation.
And he does like to schmooze.
He does like to schmooze.
I just imagine him like the airlock opening and him having like a bottle of rum and being like, hey, and then like, let's sit down and drink and talk about it.
Okay. Well, we are going to roll this with a boon. Let me give him a boon. This is a roll for him as he's coming in. He rolls a 13.
No pressure. Nice.
I now need to roll Ferrik Redthane. How Redthane,
And he rolls with a bane because he's
He rolls a 37.
he rolls a 37. Well, he's going to roll
With a Ferrik Redbane.
with a Ferrik Redthane. He does not have, well, okay. This is a skill he does not seem to have, unfortunately for him, I guess. I'll have to roll this skill anyway,
what is
though.
that, empathy?
Deception.
Uh,
To suss out, right, whether or not
he doesn't have deception and he's a whatever. All right. Pirate guy.
that's what he has Mira Silverhand for.
Oh, you mean did.
Did. Okay, so he rolls a 4.
If he were a ship, he would have a cascading explosion.
If he were a ship, he would have a cascading explosion.
Just imagining him.
Ferrik Redthane hires people to be super deceptive. He's a pretty honest guy for the most part. There's also a reason why he's hiding right now is because he wasn't able to pull the
Because
wool
he can't
over.
read anybody and he's been freaking out.
He was not able to.
I can't get a vibe, but that vibe check's bad. I'm just going to go to the moon. All right,
Yeah.
if you need me, I'll be at this moon.
And Derrican's like, "Did you steal anything from me and find out information?" He's like, "No." And Derrican's like, "Okay, you did." So
I have to fly. I have to fly away. I have to do a
gotta go.
go home.
As you sort of head out towards this distant moon, with Kirsch in the lead, you following in behind your very stealthy ship. And as you're approaching this moon, there is a conversation that happens between two old friends. One, a pirate captain, and the other, a lesser pirate captain and man's best friend. And you can see the ship hovering, this big, huge salvage hauler in sort of orbit around this moon. And it's quiet for a while.
Silence, yeah.
Silence. You don't know what's happening in there. And then your comms come on. And it's Kirsch. Looking for green glass. This is Kirsch.
This is green glass.
We're going to land. I've been given some landing coordinates. We're going to land, and then we're going to have a meeting with Redthane. I'm allowed to take myself and the captain of this ship, the Stone Jackal. Little security's fine. So he wants to debrief about what happened.
Is Quartermaster all right? Well, our captain is sort of out on a mission.
I don't know.
Just say you're the captain.
All right, okay. I'm trying to keep the ruse. Anyway, yes. All right, very well.
Could we, I'd feel really much more comfortable if Soto Masi was there too, you know?
Yes, yeah, duh.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Kurt said we could bring security, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Within reason.
All of the antagonists will be there.
Oh, okay, good. I was afraid.
No, of course, yeah.
Okay. Then, let me send over the coordinates. And he sends you some coordinates for this moon.
Except for Quint. Quint's not going to be there.
Well, Quint probably should be on the Camel Viper just in case. Or, you know, on the...
All antagonists except for Quint.
Somebody needs to be on the ship in case there needs to be an emergency leave. And as you sort of move in towards these coordinates, there is this moon itself is sort of rocky. It's got some very sort of like very sparse vegetation, but it's got like heavy cloud cover over it. So like you can't really, it's very dense. You can't see much. So you'd have to actually do extensive scans to find the ship without it, but doing so would alert the ship that you are coming. But luckily, you've been given the coordinates, and your two ships sort of break the cloud cover.
Yeah.
And you come down into this place. It's the moon is sort of like very like Grand Canyon, a lot of sort of red mesa, sparse scrub. And as you make your way through this sort of space down into this like massive canyon, and there, like a needle in a haystack, underneath some like tree, like sort of tree cover, light tree cover, is the Janel Torsk, a far trader parked waiting. And this is where your ships will land to have a conversation that will not end in murder. Could I get a pilot check, Emelisa, as Quint is heading over to the Camlin Viper? Because
Yes.
that's your stealth ship, just in case.
Spacecraft.
Yes, please.
Ooh.
You only needed a 4. This is not a also no boon. You only needed a 4.
Oh, shoot.
What did you roll?
5.
Oh, that would have been. Oh, so that's a not a 5 because
There's not a boon.
It would
yes,
have been a 4 on the dot?
it would have been 4 on the dot. Yeah. No, it would have been a 5 because you're dropping. We'll just do the first 2 dice, so it would have been a 5.
5. Okay.
Well, first 2. It is a bit of a rough landing, I will tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
Bit of a rough
Ouch.
landing. And
So it's been a while since I've flown.
It's been a while since you've landed, too.
Also that.
Been a while.
it's been a while.
Been a while since you've landed.
It's been, and as you land, your 3 ships on this moon with thin atmosphere. This is where we're going to take a break. For when we come back, will be a meeting with Ferrik Redthane.
Hell yeah.
Go on a break. Everybody, hydrate yourself before you dehydrate, and stretch your legs. We will be back in 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thank you for waiting for us. We are back, and it is the second half of episode 3 of season 8, where our crew, they have landed by the far trader, the well-armed far trader of Ferrik Redthane, pirate captain bold, brave, huge backstory that makes him very sympathetic, where you would never want to turn him in for 2.5 million credits, because what does money matter? Do you know what I mean? What about friendship? So, sorry, I just have to laugh. I just say these things. I don't think they're going to make you feel bad, because they don't make me feel bad. They just make me laugh. We are going to find out how this goes. The atmosphere outside is pretty thin, so you'll need to be in your vac suits in order to make your way out. And when you land, you can see most likely Kirsch, and he is waiting. He has not brought security himself because he figures that he will take one of yours, right? As like, this way it also doesn't keep his crew he keeps his brand new crew out of trouble for the moment. Actually, if you don't mind, I just want to check in on something, because things are looking a little okay, good. I'm still moving, but you all are not moving. I'm gonna just, oh wait, no, you're moving. Oh, excellent. Oh, I thought you weren't moving. Oh my goodness. Okay. So he is out there. He's not taking somebody with him because he wants to be able to have as many people from the gamblers who already know what's going on as opposed to his crew, which does not know what's going on. And he may not want to expose his crew to attacking other pirates as their first go. That may not be, he may think that may not be the best. Quint is on the Camelin Viper, has detached herself from the gambler, and then taken the Camelin Viper and is stowed on this planet in case, so that nobody knows that there's another asset out there. Who all is going to go for this meeting?
I guess I'll go.
Yeah! Also, I'm going to assume that your computer whiz is probably going to also want to be on this meeting, just in case there is computer shenanigans to deal with. Well, I was thinking Dame Emelisa, but you know, it's fine.
Right.
So you'll be in your vac suits, and we will gather outside of this ship, which, by the way, it's dusty because this whole place is dusty. And Kirsch is waiting by the entryway.
I hate dust.
You know,
It gets everywhere.
It does. It gets everywhere. It's harsh and rough. Anyhow,
Not like you, Trooper.
Oh, thanks. You know, I'm just going to say that if it were up to me, I would not have dismissed Anakin when he said, I'm having terrible nightmares about my mother, like weird prophetic nightmares about my mother being murdered. I wouldn't be like, shut up, kid. We're the Jedi Council. Like, I just wouldn't have done that one. I'd been like, maybe we should listen to this.
Well, all right, if we want to get into it, the Jedi are not supposed to ever show emotion.
That's very unhealthy.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, you think from a lore standpoint, when they're like, hey, the kid that was spontaneously conceived is having really weird dreams, maybe we might want to pay attention to it.
That was...
Stop it. You stop having those dreams. Anyway, let's go back to how great
His
we all are.
midichlorian count is way up, everybody.
Yeah.
I just feel like
Let's talk about the council again. Fuck you, kid. Anyway, us again? More us?
Yeah. I just feel like there was some mismanagement there, some bad choices. So
yeah, really shitty. Anyway, back to our game.
So
fuck you,
going?
Disney. Anyway, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
We love our stuff. Please don't hurt us.
My headphones died.
We are just talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, we were waiting for you to get back here, but we wanted you to be there in case that we thought it
Just
might be
vamping
wise.
about Anakin.
Yeah, to have a computer whiz with them on the ship.
Yes, I will go. Absolutely.
So it is 4 of you, which is not a threatening number. I will note that Kareen, as you're about ready to go, Kareen goes, so am I going to go?
Oh, you're still here. Let's, oh boy, how about you stay on the ship? How's that?
And then Kareen just looks at Emelisa and is like, well, why is she going? She can't fight.
We're not fighting. When we are fighting, you come along. Don't look Don't look towards. Soto's with me.
She was about to go look at Dame Emelisa, but she doesn't.
Nope, don't look at Soto. He's got it. I've got a thing on my. I've got it. Where the hell is it? Got it. There it is.
And so Malcolm's like, oh, so then that means I get to go.
Who?
Malcolm, your squire.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
You're still here?
What the hell is this? There are more of you.
It's like your away team. Like it's your Marines. They're so excited to be able to go and like.
B team, stay on the ship. All right. The A shift is going to go out.
Can we take again? I love how Lindy dips whenever there's a possibility of a fight. But is there any way to take one of them every time?
I'm fully upgraded. Let's do something about it. Well, we're about to get into a combat. I'll be recovering from surgery. Okay. All right.
Also, she's got to do a little bit of recovery from surgery. She's got some surgery to recover from.
She had, all of the bones in her arm replaced with like adamantite or something.
Yeah. She's very
Wolverine. Yeah.
So I will just note that your fighting NPCs want to come along because they care about you. It may seem a little bit weird to have that many people come along.
Everybody who fights,
can we bring Kareen? Would that be too many?
I think you could probably make the case. You're thinking about this, like, especially if I think Soto would think about this because Soto is very
I'm
tactical
saying
at it.
that Kirsch didn't bring anybody for himself.
Exactly.
So if we wanted to bring her, that would probably work, I would think.
Yeah, it's a little tricky because that feels like a lot of people since they only have 4 Marines. That feels like a lot, but Emelisa and Greenglass are
Marines.
not.
We're 6 nerds or whatever we are.
Basically, right? Because they are clearly nerdy. You can get away with having Kareen come along.
I mean, not to jump in line, but I think
it's great.
A combatant would be good.
Yep.
And also, just by the way, they just really want to. They like to stab people or be heroic. If you're talking about Malcolm,
and be a part of stuff,
right? And because they've not had a chance to go do that kind of stuff.
I know we haven't paged in a while, but do you want to come out and watch this? Do you want to watch this? Come on, guys. It'll be cool.
And so both Marine and Malcolm step forward to see like which one gets to go. And Malcolm's like, oh, I think this is actually clearly my space to go along to protect
yikes.
the Admiral.
Okay, this is where Soto has to step up. Soto steps forward and just points at Kareen and just, you're coming.
And Kareen just gives Malcolm this look like, I won, and just like strides forward in victory. And like kind of gives this nod, a respectful nod. At least that is what Kareen is trying to do. It's probably not it probably would not be done the same way for the Aslan, but you get the impression.
I think Malcolm will understand
right.
when I tell him that if we didn't bring Kareen, she would slice all of our throats.
Right, and
I think
to reinforce that aspect, Soto's gonna when he says for Kareen to go, he turns to Malcolm and says, "I don't care about your feelings, but you're next." And then you'll go next.
Yeah, he nods, and remember he's still pretty young. Like he's like 20. He's got this gravelly voice because there's radiation on that planet. It's not nice, but he's
breathing in radioactive dust.
Filters.
I'm 25.
25 years old. I sound like I've smoked cigarettes my entire life. So he's waiting because he wants to prove his worth. Malcolm, right? Because this is his first time leaving the planet. He wants to prove his worth.
Because he's 20 something.
Yeah,
and that's literally what you do in your 20s. Try to prove your worth.
He's your very own egg.
He is your very own egg. And unlike Kareen, who is a gunner, she gets to do stuff in battles if you don't board someone. He doesn't yet, so he's still waiting for his opportunity to show that he's awesome.
I've made my list. Malcolm's next. There's a rotation.
Oh yeah, and so you 4 go and join up with Kirsch, who's waiting outside of the gangplank that is yet to sort of come down of the Janel Torsk. By the way, I know at this point that we have. Actually, I imagine that Quint is probably going to have to stay on the Gambler just in case she needs to fire it up and go.
Yeah, and Quint's also recovering from surgery.
Yes, and she's recovering from surgery.
Holographic bone replacement or something.
Yeah, he's just got a whole new different arm. And I imagine that you've got, at this point then, you probably have Malcolm who's sitting up at one of the gunner turrets just in case. You've got What is Rease doing?
Rease and Soto would exchange something before they would leave. Before they would part ways.
And Wesley will be in the engine room in case the ship has to leave immediately, right? You don't want to, just in case you'll have to.
Ball of yarn. They're exchanging a ball of yarn.
Right,
Fire it up
right.
and
Yes,
go.
it's
Some
our
catnip.
favorite toy. She would be in the bridge because the bridge has forward observation glass, correct? And that's facing the other ship.
Yeah. Well, and
That's where she'll be.
technically,
There
it's
are
not a real
no
window.
Yep,
There-
that's right.
There are.
There are no windows. As much as we all think in this sci-fi fantasy world there can
Screen.
be, there
When
aren't
I'm
any.
talking
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
like
yes. They've got
Starship Enterprise screens.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, their screens
Window on.
their screens mimic windows, though. So if you stand on the bridge, it looks like you have this really cool panoramic sort of window that lets you see out. It is technically sensors, right? Screens, but they want it to look like, because this is a very extravagant sort of ship. So they want it to look like a
You just
nice
have
big
one
window.
giant monitor instead of these 6 little monitors and make it look like window panes? No.
Nope.
Damn it.
Window panes.
Stupid.
And as you stand there, you wait in this sort of cold, sort of arid moon canyon. And you can hear as the gangplank lowers. And you can hear sort of comms being sent out saying like, you are welcome to come aboard. It's their ship's computer, clearly. And Kirsch looks like he was waiting for you all to go first, but
Soto will go in first.
and as you walk in,
Thank you.
because this is after all, he's still following your lead, and as you walk in,
Map change.
you make your way
Terrifying.
into the Janeltorsk, and as you sort of step inside, there's this cargo bay. It's maybe half full, perhaps.
I would say half empty, but depends on how you look at it.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. And you come across, first off, 4 Marines in boarding vac suits. They're armed. Their arms are not out, like they're not.
Weapons. Their weapons are not out.
Their weapons are not out. They're not pointing them at. They're not pointing them at you, but they are armed just in case. And the lead says, "Kirsch, just wait here for a second. The captain's on his way down. He said we should bring you up to."
Give a way cooler ship than this guy.
You do.
This
I mean,
ship sucks.
it is a far trader. You know what I mean? It is a basic.
Yeah, it's really basic.
It is a basic ship. Decent holding. It's like, okay.
Not so bad.
And this Marine goes, "Who are all these people?" And Kirsch goes, "This is Quartermaster Greenglass,
Hi.
money guy, and this is Soto Masi, who is my security chief, and this is right, dang it, and this is." And he stops. That's Karen, who is
Perfect. Nailed it.
also security. And this is Evelyn.
Right?
Creepy. Evelyn Creepy. And Evelyn Creepy knows stuff about like electronic stuff. It has to. Anyway, that's them.
Security mainly high.
And this
Inside Soto's mind, his to-do list certainly has a rearrangement of things with kill Kirsch now going to number 1.
Kirsch only remembered halfway through he's supposed to give fake names, but
Right.
so that's them. And the head Marine goes, "All right, let me check your."
I hold my hand out, waiting for it to be kissed.
He sort of looks at your head to see if there's a weapon. It sort of looks you up and down. Notes that you've got your.
Sorry, Drinaxian culture. I guess we don't do that here. We don't honor Drinaxian culture.
The Marine's like, "Drinax? Is that place dead?" Okay.
There are some survivors. Anyway.
Right. And he scans you all for weapons, basically, right? He's like giving you a visual look to see what kind of weaponry you all have with you. What kind of weaponry do you all have with you?
I have an empty scabbard to my
Oh.
on my side.
Empty?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Soto Masi would have what looks like a satchel that's strung underneath his back, but it is quite obviously a rifle upon inspection. He would present it as soon as
Yep.
they were looking, just so, or move his cloak aside so they could see it.
Ooh. And what about Emelisa? I'm sorry, Evelyn Creepy.
Evelyn, creepy.
That's right.
Is my audio okay? I had to switch some things.
Yeah,
Yes, so
you're
far.
a little background noisy, but I think I might be able to
Gosh,
fix that.
dang it.
Hold on, let me see. I will take
Not
that.
to me.
Boom, fixed it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Never mind, it was you.
It was all me.
Never mind, it was fixed.
She does have a weapon that she would have brought, but I don't think she's ever used it.
The noise
It's your
is right there.
SMG, isn't
My
it?
SMG, yeah, I have an SMG Gauss
Mhm.
rifle, I believe.
SMG
Attached at her hip.
rifle? That's
Mhm.
nuts.
Kareen has got a Gauss rifle, and that she took
That's
from
an
somebody.
SMG. That's crazy.
Not an SMG, but a little Gauss rifle, which she took from
Okay.
somebody down below. And the Marine's like, all right, well, all of your firearms are going to have to go in the locker. Wrong voice.
Haha, losers. Haha.
All of your firearms have to go in the
Should've done
locker.
what I did.
And he's going to take you over to SMG janitor, to this weapons locker, to put your firearms.
A lot of marbles.
You could keep your knives. They're not going to take your knives from you, because it's within this kind of space, keep people having like a blade on them is pretty standard. It's just kind of like people don't. Planet side is different, but like on ships, people having a blade on them is it's not nothing nothing particularly remarkable, right?
But
have
also
to.
terrifying. It's still enough to cut open a suit.
Oh yeah, it is. It
Yeah.
really is, and also you don't want to be stabbed by that, right?
Well, it would look like, too, that Soto does not have any other weaponry on him.
I would imagine so. I know that
Right.
about Soto.
Yeah.
So they will check your firearms, and you could tell Kareen's not happy about it, but she puts the Gauss rifle that she won in battle in the locker.
I will hand over my SMG.
Place it in there. They lock it up. All right then.
And I make a big deal about the empty scabbard. You want me to, do you want me to take the belt off, or do I leave it, or do you want it, do you care? Should I
Looks
just
over to
keep it
Kirsch.
open? It's empty, there's nothing in it,
Kirsch
but
goes,
I could take it off.
Oh no, it's okay, Green Glass. You can keep the scabbard.
Okay, great, wonderful. And it's clearly making it known that I've chosen to take the sword out.
And the Marines kind of look and they're like, oh, and they will take you up the elevator, up past the bridge, up to the second deck, where the living quarters are. And it's going to be all four of them, and they're going to take you up. You end up coming up here, and they take you down the long corridor. You know the layouts of these ships. The Far Trader is such a standard ship, right? You know these layouts. They take you all the way down to the one area that this place has really, there are really only two places, but where like the kind of the place where you can sit and have a meal, talk to people, right? This
The mess hall.
yeah, it's like your gathering area.
Yeah.
It is your gathering area,
Well,
and
there
they will.
seems to be two, right? Isn't there? There some on the. Are those stations down there? No, those are
Yeah, that
four.
actually is also a place where you can go and have your mess. But this is your rec area, I guess, the best place.
Okay.
It's
We're having a meeting and there's people pumping iron behind us.
yes. Now I will say that this is also
Some guys playing pool. Would you guys keep it down, please?
a bit
We're
more
trying to have a
intimate.
meeting.
It's a bit more intimate, right? So clearly this is an indication that there's probably going to be very serious conversations that maybe they don't want to have everybody have access to. And just throw
The
Soto.
VIP.
Yes. And then also Emelisa. And also Kirsch. You all will be brought up to
Here,
this
right?
very, very cramped area.
Yeah, it is. I'm
That's
gonna grab this spot.
that's also why you don't really want to have
Explosives.
no battle dress in the tight, cramped quarters of these places, because it's cramped. And there's going to be one Marine that is going to stay with you while the rest go to get Redthane himself.
They judged us, looked at us, gave us the up down, and went, you know what? One Marine will take care of them. This will be fine.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be okay.
Their mistake.
Yeah, one Marine is enough for them.
Well,
Can I?
you have Kirsch with you, so yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Can I? While we're semi alone here,
I think we're
For my-
alone now, except for this
we're
guy.
alone now. My Neuralcomm has computers 1.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do some type of scan or sweep or anything like that to see if I can connect to a network here?
Mm-hmm. Now, this will
I
be...
joined the Wi-Fi.
Can you join the
Yeah.
This will be tricky because computer hacking usually takes a while and is tricky. You'll have
Okay.
to think about this but now I will note that you will be able to do this without anybody realizing you're doing it because you have a computer embedded into your brain.
In my brain.
In your brain. So you can
Which
start
is hilarious because that seems like a wacky technological feat, but it's literally a thing that happens nowadays.
as a matter of fact, it is true, right? Like so you have
Wow, that's crazy. No way, Jose.
and people are having the kind of what are they doing like the chips inside
yeah.
of their brains like it's yes. So you have you can start
Tech 9, whatever we are nowadays.
you are like yeah, I think we're 9. So you are able to sort of start trying to sort of get into their computers while looking like you are innocent and not at all doing anything suspicious.
Yeah.
Let's note that as you begin this process, and I'm going to ask you some questions in a moment. But as you're sitting there waiting, and the pirate guy is just sort of watching, and he goes, "Kirsch, so what happened? What's the news? Why are you on the Mercifuge?" And Kirsch goes, "That's something I'm going to talk to Redthane about, if you don't mind." Yeah.
But boy.
You wait a little bit longer until Ferrik Redthane. I'm going to tell you again, you are in really, really tight quarters. I'm going to make you all just a little bit smaller, but yeah, you are in very tight quarters here. You're all up in each other's business. As Ferrik Redthane.
Am I on the right map? Because I don't see us anywhere. Where are we?
Here, you should all be in there. Are you there? Do I have you?
Zoom out and then
yeah.
scoot over.
And then I
I
can
see
the
actually...
map, but I don't see us.
Oh, did that do it?
I focus pinged you.
Okay. There we go. All right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
because
my bad. I was
there's
over
two
on the-
maps next to it. Yeah, there's the isometric and then there's the top down.
I was on the isometric.
Dummy.
So let me just pull... Again, I'm going to note this is super, super cramped. This is a super cramped map. And Ferrik Redthane...
Awkward elevator
is
conversation.
so awkward. Comes in with one more Marine. So there are 2 Marines and him. And Ferrik Redthane
Sick.
is like an early 30s black man, probably he's either Volani, Zodani, or Solomani, probably not Zodani, so probably some kind of Solomani Volani mix, because all the other humans tend to have things like gills or other things that make them a bit more obviously not one of the core 3. And he comes into this exceptionally tight, cramped quarters, and he's wearing like a...
Excuse me, pardon me. How's it going, everybody?
Right? And he's got dreadlocks. He's got a eye patch. He's got like big sort of like titanium gold ear loop.
Big old pirate earrings.
Big pirate earrings. He walks in with his cutlass, and he's got like a nice...
Out-pirated me.
he looks the picture of a pirate. And he sort of steps on in with his marine and he goes, "Ha! Kirsch, it's good to see you." And he walks up and he gives Kirsch this big hug. And Kirsch like hugs him back, and you can see Kirsch's tail wagging. And he sort of steps back and he goes, "Well, so."
I immediately want Ferrik on our team. He's so cool.
What has happened and why are you on the Mercifuge? Where's Mira? And Kirsch goes, and he looks to Severance. He's like, "Well, there's a, and then Ferrik's like, "Where's your ship?" Well, it's
Fuck this up.
it's a long story, but Admiral Derrican, and you can see Redthane tense up. I made my way to Thieves to meet up, and I was able to meet up with Mira briefly, but Admiral Derrican, he killed her. And I think he slaughtered her entire crew. And you can see Ferrik, like, he wants to pace, but there's just no room. He's like this sort of slightly caged animal in this, like, super tight sort of space. So, when my ship, I made my way out with the Mercifuge. That's the only way I was able to get out. So I brought it here, and anyway, this is the crew of the Stone Jackal. They're help me out. Help me get out of there. And we're a team.
I love this.
And you can see that he's looking for help. As Ferrik Redthane, you can see that he is clearly upset about the death of Mira, right? He's holding it together, but he's like clearly upset. He's also not happy about the mention of Derrican. That doesn't seem to be a thing that's making him happy at all. And he's trying to figure out what in the world is happening, right? Like, this is something that he wants answers, right? And he's waiting for you to tell him. And Kirsch is kind of looking to the group. Before you say anything else, I need to talk to Emelisa for a moment.
Hi.
Hi. You have a computer.
Mm-hmm.
Are you having the computer do it, or are you doing it?
I'm doing it through my neural comm.
Mm-hmm.
So
You'll get a bonus from your computer.
yeah.
Does your computer have the intrusion program?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not my neural comm.
Yep. So let me talk to you about how long it takes to hack things.
Okay.
Normally, hacking is a formidable check, like a secure network is a formidable check. That's a 14 plus. And it takes 1d times 10 hours. So it can take up to 60 hours to hack. Normally what people will do is they will increase the difficulty to decrease the time they spend doing it. So you could make this the next faster step, which is 1d times 4. So it could be as short as 4 hours or as much as 2 days to hack into the space. And that's why people tend to have like computers with intrusion so they can like sink that penalty.
Yeah.
So it's like a very slow process of working through this. Unless you had codes, key codes. If you had the
key codes from Mira?
You don't, because she does not have his computer keys.
His computer. Okay.
I bet Rease could try to fish them out of people's minds, but she's not here right now.
Rease is not here. No.
No. But you can start working on this. It is, and you can like come back. You can start this process of trying to sort of get in.
Yeah. 14.
Or a 16 if you want it to go faster.
That's a lot.
It is. These computer systems are hard to hack into. People tend to have extra programs to help decrease that, to help overcome the difficulty of it.
Yeah. Can I buy? I mean, obviously not right now, but like, can I buy an intrusion program for my neurocom?
You could. You'd have to like swap things out. Yeah, but you could.
Yeah. I might need to do that. Okay, I'll start the process. I'll try. I'm just gonna do. Do I do it at a 16?
Do you want to make it the 16 so it might go faster?
If I fail, this is gonna be really bad.
It's true. It would be. I will, however, give you a boon to this role because you have access to Mira's comms, and that means you know a lot about him, which means you have a better chance of like figuring out the psychology behind it.
Okay, I'll try it. I'm gonna just do it at a 14.
So the slow and low?
Yeah, because I don't want to be detected right now, so.
Okay, well, just note that. Do not roll at this moment.
Okay.
But we know that you have started low-key trying to intrude.
Yeah.
You can, if you like, roll 1d. No. I will roll it in secret, because you will not know how long it will take you to hack.
No.
But I will know.
Okay.
Yes. So, Kirsch kind of looks to the group to help him out here. As Ferrik waits expectantly.
So the information that Kirsch had given him so far is what?
That Darrican killed Mira, and he took off and that probably took his ship, that he took off with the Mercifuge because that was the only one he could get, and that you all helped him out get off the planet.
Mr. Redthane, if I may.
Yes, of course. Green glass, right?
Yes. Green glass, thank you. I think what Kirsch is trying to, the question Kirsch is trying to ask is if it was a question between exile or execution, which would you prefer?
He looks at you and he says, if you don't, no disrespect meant, Kirsch, do you trust these people? Kirsch goes, I do. I trust them with my life. They saved me, after all. I'd be dead without them. They're good people. They're honest. They're honorable. Ferrik sort of takes this in. He thinks about it. I do not have to roll. Well, I should roll persuade. But Kirsch is not lying. In his mind, everything he's saying is true. So this will not be a deception check because, he does think that you all are honest.
So far.
Yeah. And, he is saying things that are true. That is what I will say.
Right.
I closed his sheet though. Let me just, roll his persuade. I will also note he does get to have a bonus to this because he is a boon because he is friends. This is a good old friend of his for a very long time. So this should be, rolled a 15. Okay. Just.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah. So I think they're honest. They're honorable. They follow the code of the stars. They're good people. They care about the right things. And you can see Redthane sort of breathe a little bit.
Right.
And then with that response, he turns back to Severance and he goes, well, Greenglass, I don't know how much Kirsch has told you. Can't believe Beer's dead. But I'm looking to find a an alliance with one of the other pirate lords other than Darrican. And that was what Mira was doing on Thieve for me, trying to broker an alliance so that it wouldn't either be execution or exile. Because without access to Thieve, you'll never be an important pirate. So...
Well, I am sort of like, my eyes are sort of hanging on to Kirsch still, as if like waiting for the permission to speak. Well,
Kirsch gives you a nod like...
Please. If I may be so bold to say that that time and that request is not on the table anymore. Darrican is breathing down your neck, as it seems. And we are here to offer you not execution. We're not here for Darrican. We're here for you. Kirsch has spoken as highly of you as I have been told to you. As he's spoken highly of you as he has regaled you of us. I am going to need to make a deception check.
You are.
But
Based on social?
Okay, I'll do it right now. We are here, what did I say? We are here for you, we're here for Kirsch. We're here to, one of those, the option of having any pirate lord on your side currently, right now, is an impossibility. Mira failed because of Darrican.
Roll that deception.
But, yes. Social, you said.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take it off of Boone, because I keep doing that. Deception.
Well, you can roll the boon because you have Kirsch here, and Kirsch had an extraordinary success.
Argue against that on a deception.
If you did not have Kirsch here, that would be different, but you do have Kirsch here.
10.
I'll just roll his his deception just to suss you out, to see how you're doing. Deception. I love that. I love that very much. Yeah, let's just, he's very good at this. So let's see how, okay. Oh, all right. He sort of peers you in the eye.
What did he roll?
He rolled an 8. You beat him by 2.
Get fucked.
So Darrican got to Mira before she could negotiate. So I assume that you all met Kirsch on Thieve. Did you... what happened?
We saved Kirsch from Darrican.
There's this look passes his face for a moment, and he turns to his 2 Marines, and he goes, hey, I'd like to have this conversation with Kirsch in private, if you don't mind. He says to the Marines. And the lead Marine goes, yeah, but Captain, I feel like we should probably stay here, right? And Redthane says, no, it's okay. Kirsch trusts these people. I trust these people. We need to have a little bit of a conversation just amongst ourselves.
Are they giving Soto looks? Like Soto and Kareen, are they?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So
then
the Marines are like,
Soto would stand up, or, he's like kind of leaning against the wall. Soto would kind of push off of it and look over at Kirsch. That was an eye roll. You couldn't see it. And say, with your permission, I will depart with the Marines.
oh, yes, of course. Karen, you too.
Yes, Karen.
And Kareen looks at Kirsch like she also might want to kill him. But
Yeah.
she...
That's another one for Kirsch's list.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
people who want to kill him.
Yep, yep. So they both the dangerous looking people sort of get up, and she walks with Soto towards where the Marines are. And the head Marine says, we'll just be out just outside if that's all right. And Redthane goes, oh yeah. That's fine. That's fine. They are going to walk out of this room once they know that very dangerous people are also walking out of the room. In the very, very awkward corridor, I'm going to just note this is like a... But they're going to want to have one in front and one behind so that you two are in between them. In the very, very, very narrow and awkward corridor. If that's okay with you. Soto.
So as soon as they would get out and the door would close behind them, Soto, on the veteran of many campaigns, would say, cards, dice.
And the head Marine goes, hell yeah. And he's going to then take you downstairs to the other waiting, the other place you can kind of hang out, where there's like a better spot. And let's take you all down to the actual galley for some pleasantries. Now, you are now, Soto and Kareen, on the same level. You are just very close. You're on the same level as the bridge. You are now just, a door or two away from where the rest of the crew is. They're sitting there in their stations. Although, actually, I imagine you probably have one who's up in his room because they don't need to do that much right now. Yeah, they take you down to the galley. And the head Marine is going to pull out some dice and a couple of drinks, some rations, some food. Can I get a roll from you, Soto? Can I get something intellect based? And I would say this is actually tricky because really it should be admin or steward is really what you should roll. Steward is what you should roll. That is the roll. And I know you don't have it, but roll that for me anyway.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll 2d6 and then we'll take 3 off of it.
Yeah.
Because did you say it's intelligence based?
Yeah.
I don't have any modifiers, so whatever I roll here is going to be -3.
Oh, all right. Good enough. You rolled a 9, which is a 6. This is not a very difficult roll. They are giving you food. It looks to you like this is... You don't eat this kind of food, generally speaking. Right. You are Aslan, but you have been around in your travels. You've been around humans enough and others. This is not fresh. You're not going to eat this anyway. I mean, you do have pills, so you actually could theoretically eat it, I guess. But your vibe here is that they are low on life support, right? They're low on some of the kind of critical supplies. It looks like they're eating the bad stuff, right? That they're holding on. This is not the kind of stuff you eat. It's like if somebody invites you to dinner and they give you MREs. You know what I mean? Like they've given you some MREs for dinner.
Gotcha.
So it's food, right? But
it's nourishment.
It's not a good sign, is what I would say. That is what sort of Soto picks up on. Kareen eats it. She grew up in a really terrible place, so for her it's fine, right? Like she's not necessarily registering.
Yeah. Here's some top ramen packs.
Yeah, she's like, great, top ramen, it's food. So she's gonna eat and she's gonna dice and she's gonna have a pleasant time. But you are seeing signs that this is not
luxurious.
This is bad, right? This is that they're not. You don't know how long. Those attacks were a while ago, right? And so they've been holding out here for probably a couple months, like a month or 2, 3, 4 months, 2, 3 months maybe, low on supplies. And you can tell, right, that this is not probably the best.
Soto would say, this is not good food. Would you like better food?
And the not head marine, this other one who is this other marine is sort of looks up at you and goes, I mean, do you have stuff?
Yes. This is appreciated because obviously it is all you have.
I mean,
That is I am extending the offer for additional food.
yeah. And the head marine's like, if Ferrik says it's okay, then absolutely. I mean, you guys are here to help us out?
We have a gourmet auto chef.
And, oh no, can I get you to roll at a boon?
I have nothing social, so...
Oh, no, it's fine.
whatever.
Please roll a boon, social.
You have nothing social? No way. You
Nothing.
obviously have depreciated your food supplies.
Streetwise.
But I think...
You can roll
Yeah.
streetwise.
This food is not good.
Because these are, after all, pirates.
Okay, you said a boon?
Yes,
for
please.
Streetwise. Here we go.
The difficulty is not 8, by the way. It is much lower than that because they have not eaten in a while.
For Streetwise, strength's the default, but what would you like me to roll for?
Social.
Boop. Okay. Immediately changes it to a -1.
Perfect.
6.
Yes, I'll spend...
No. The difficulty is not an 8 because they have not had
okay.
good food in quite some time. This is not an average difficulty. This was actually just an easy difficulty. So your difficulty was just a 4 because they are having a really hard time right now and their morale's quite low. So just and you can just see their eyes when you say gourmet auto chef. Their eyes just sort of light up, and they're like, "Oh, you have an auto chef."
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, and the sort of the non-head marine goes, "Hey,
I understand that you are serving your captain. Would you want me to bring some back?"
So here's the thing. Soto knows this at this moment. They are hemming and hawing, but Soto has them. He knows it. Like, they're just trying to figure out. They're hungry. They want good food. They would love some Tabasco sauce and some beer. Like, they've given you water. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, you know that you have these 2 Marines. They're just trying to work out in their mind how to say yes and what to say yes to because they want that food. Like, you know that you have them. Like, you've trapped your prey in this moment. There is no doubt.
And Soto thinking like they have a job to do. Soto understands that there are responsibilities to being a Marine and guarding your commander. Let us get you some food. How do we proceed? Would you like to come to our ship or do you want me to bring it here?
And the head marine is like thinking about it and goes, okay, how about if it's Soto Masi, right? That's a generous offer and we could really use it. So how about, I think it'd be great for the crew. I think it'd be fine. We don't, and he sort of looks up. I know that Ferrik is probably the captain's having a serious conversation. We don't want to bother him. How about if, and he turns to the other Marine and he goes, okay, Sully, how about if you take, you and Francis, why don't you go with Soto Masi and Karen, and you can bring stuff over. It would be, we've got 8, if you can spare it, that would be really good.
You have 8 total, is that what they said?
Mm-hmm.
May I ask a question that could compromise your duty?
Sure.
We have a lot more space. Are you concerned for violence against your captain?
Yes. I mean, it seems like everything's okay, but always, that's my job, is to keep him safe.
Then let me propose this. If Karen and I are not aboard the ship, would you be as concerned?
Our ship?
Yes.
Look, I would be less concerned, of course. both look very capable, but I also understand that it's your job to keep Kirsch and your crew safe.
I trust Kirsch.
Okay. All right. So,
If you want to leave one of yours here, I would invite the rest to our ship to eat and drink.
you just said that thing, right? You've already passed this test, right? And you said this thing, which was like, invite the crew. And you can see he's gonna maybe, you don't know, he's maybe a little bit iffy on it. And the other Marine, Sully, goes, we could just go over there and get fresh food?
He's asking, Soto would answer anyway.
It's all fresh for them anyway.
And the Marine goes, I don't know. And then all of a sudden you hear over the comms, sort of local comms, somebody is like, hey, did I just hear right? They've got fresh food over there? Did you say a gourmet auto chef? And the other Marine, Sully, goes, yeah, a gourmet auto chef. And the Marine goes, hey, I don't... And you can hear somebody else come on board, goes, look, I think, Sergeant, that if they're offering, these people are friends, right, of Kirsch and Ferrik, they're safe, I think we should... I, as second in command, say that this is going to be our choice. And that's what we're doing. And you'll stay here for security purposes. And the head Marine has mixed feelings about it, but you can tell that he thinks this is probably a good idea, right?
As Soto would walk over to the head Marine. I know they're in the middle of a conversation, but he's an Aslan. He doesn't understand any of that shit. He comes over and he would drop a huge paw onto the head Marine's shoulder.
I will ensure that you get yours. What do you prefer? Bourbon? Wine? Ale?
I'd like a bourbon. Thank you.
I will bring it back myself when we are done.
And the doors open, and you can see the crew, and they are looking a little rough, a little tired, circles under their eyes. Salivating. They are so excited. This is probably the first good news they have heard in months. And they start sort of coming out, and again, it's also cramped. And the captain, who is this sort of like a very thin... a very thin androgynous, what do you call it? Albino person sort of comes up. It's got these kind of like lieutenant's bars just drawn in on the uniform because they don't really have a uniform at all, but just like drawn in. Goes, hey, you... Looks at both of you. What... You're probably Karen, looks at Kareen, who does not look happy about any of this at all, does not like the fake name in any way. And so that means you're the Soto Masi. Thank you so much. You're the Stone Jackal?
Yes.
This is amazing. I'm sorry. I'm Lieutenant Wilson's, and it is a pleasure to have reinforcements. It's pretty amazing. Thank you.
I have been relieved before as well. Food is always the best thing.
Yeah, let's go. We're gonna leave. Points to the head Marine. You'll stay here, right? And he goes, yeah. And they're all gonna start packing up to come down to get food on your ship because they've not had good food or alcohol or anything decent. They've been stuck on this ship, on this moon for over 2 months, just waiting on word.
What's the range of telepathy?
The range...
It's pretty far, isn't it?
It's pretty far. It's not like interstellar space, which is always,
Right, but it's the distance between the gambler and here, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Then in Soto's mind, he would say,
Rease.
and Rease would say, Yes?
Bringing over friends. Knock them out.
Gotcha.
This crew is going to leave their ship for food and alcohol because trusted, very trusted people are here, and you are the cavalry, and you've come to save them.
And we do have an auto dock
Yes.
on there as well. And the auto dock has all the fun drugs that I looked up before we had this conversation.
Yep.
Which can knock people out, and they won't really know about it if we put it into bourbon, wine,
Yeah.
or ale.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
but here's Soto's plan.
Uh-huh,
Soto's plan is to give them exactly what he was saying. And the amount of knocking you out stuff is going to be inside the drink,
Yeah.
but not enough to do it immediately.
Yeah.
Just to kind of augment, if they drink one glass of wine, it's like 4.
Yes.
They'll think,
Yes.
we haven't had this in a while.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, okay.
Because these are warriors. These
They are.
and
Yes, they are.
Soto's not going
Yes.
to be, he might have to kill them later, but I mean, at the same time.
They are warriors, and they like, you know that song? We like to party. We like the Venga buses. So it's the Soto Masi's. Soto Masi's coming with Benadryl and alcohol. Anyway, so they're all, they are all, this is, their morale's very low. And this is the first good thing. And they happily don their vac suits and head over to the Gambler with Soto and Kareen.
Okay, and I'm going to tag team back over to my crew, and this is all that we're going to do. We are, when we get over there, more than any time Karen has ever seen anything, Soto is going to actually party. Soto is going to be drinking. There's going to be music. There's going to be our
would
rec room is
Kirsch
going to
do?
be blown up, and Rease is going to be singing and playing, and they're going to. This is a
my
party.
God.
And if they all pass out, they pass out because we're going to need them to fly this ship out of here, and we need another crew. And these guys seem decent enough, but I'll kill them if I have to.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
this is Soto's thinking.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, over on the Gambler, they come in, and the ship, the Gambler, has been fixed up in some ways, but the not all of the, what's the word?
Our party room hasn't. There's still holes in the wall.
There's still holes in the wall. Like, so not all of your, what's the word? Not
There's
all
still
of,
a disco ball.
There's
from
still a disco
ages
ball.
Past.
Right, but there's
But I mean, if our party room has holes in the wall, we're
It's good.
pirates.
Yes.
It seems it
yes,
fits.
perfect.
yes, it does.
Beautiful
fit.
everywhere else. Party room
does.
has holes in the wall.
Yes.
Oh, that's true.
And so the fact that
And
your
as
ship
soon
is-
as we
yeah.
get,
Yeah.
as soon as we get over there and we start partying, he's
Yeah.
going to go over to Rease and he's going to say, "Take this bottle of bourbon and have more of
Yeah.
the knockout shit put
Yeah.
in that and
Dun,
a
dun, dun,
big
dun,
ass
dun.
plate of food.
Oh.
Take this over to the captain, and because he's the only one left outside of the
Yeah.
room, right?
Yeah.
The rest of us are going to party. Who's ready to party?
And let me tell you what, I don't know how to express what it's like. There's going to be we're going to go back over to the other quarters with Ferrik, but I need to know that everybody else, you know that moment, like imagine some of you have been in the military, some of you haven't, but you've been in the field. You've been eating just cold, miserable MREs for 2 months. You're now down to just like water and
Top ramen.
top ramen. It is the worst. And not only that, you're also waiting because you've sent out people, these other 2 ships, and you're waiting to hear back from them to see whether or not you're going to survive or not.
Time is meaningless. You don't
Yeah.
have a sun cycle.
That's
You're
right.
just going, I don't know. I woke up, I think. Is it a new day? I don't know.
And you've not done anything, right? And you've not been paid. Things are dwindling. You have a commander who is rightfully paranoid, but you as the crew don't know all the details of why he's paranoid. You don't know why he and Derek have fallen out,
Yeah, you're
but he
suffering.
has.
Yeah, you're suffering adjacent.
And you were just waiting, and you keep hearing
Suffering by association.
Yeah, oh, it's so bad. And you keep hearing, don't worry, we're going to get good news soon, right? We're going to get good news soon. We're just waiting for Mira and Kirsch to come back, and then we're going to get good news. And you're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and so far, nothing's happening.
And the news that comes back is Mira's dead.
Yes. And here are these
Which
people.
went through that crew like wildfire.
Oh, it did. Oh, it did. They heard real fast, and they were like, uh-oh. this is partly, by the way, why Ferrik had the Marines leave.
Yeah.
Because he
Hey,
knows.
they're giving us information. Could you get out?
Yeah. He's like, oh, I don't want the
Uh-oh.
rest of the crew to know. Because he's like, oh, this seems
Yeah.
like there's bad news happening from
Yeah.
what Green Glass is
Hey,
saying.
could you leave us alone?
Yes, he had them leave because he did not want the rest of the crew
Oopsie.
to hear what bad news was coming. 'Cause it
Did I
looked
do
like,
that?
like bad news, right? So they have, this is this moment where they think that maybe now everything is going to be okay, right? And they are
That's
happy
crazy.
to see
Drinax
this.
coming in to save the day? Wacky.
Right? They're they think it's a kind of a cool ship. They're checking it out, but they're happy to party. They're having the best. They've had the time of their life. They're
They all out of Soto.
I can see Soto walking in and being like, "This is my buddy Mal. He's awesome. He's crazy. Look out for him. That's Wesley. He's a hoot. That's Rease. Keep your hands off of her. That type of shit.
because their morale is very low right now. So this is everything for them. And you take them, and you can look. They've got the Marines are skilled. They're good combatants. The crew, you could take them, but they could probably take a regular crew. You know what I mean? Like they're trained enough. They're not incompetent to that sort of a thing, but let me tell you, they're so happy, and they will share stories with you, and they'll share. They also feel not at all uncomfortable around Aslan. They don't seem to be uncomfortable around them. It looks like pirates. They hang out with a lot of different people, unless you're Peter Vallis.
Yeah.
Right? They're pretty comfortable, and they are having the greatest time, and they're going to be happy to share with you some cool rumors.
Passing the catnip.
Oh, yeah.
Just as if they're one of the guys.
But that said, let's go back to the quarters, where Ferrik Redthane has gotten rid of the people who are going to tell everybody else everything that's happening in that conversation. Because he does.
Dope, by the way. What a cool plan, Greg. That is sick.
Because he's like, because look, Ferrik is like, oh, no. The minute, like, Mira's dead and there's Exile and there's, like, no choice, he's like, I need to get my Marines out, right? Like, because they talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they are ready to get them out so they can start talking to one another.
And he's like, and once they've left, he was like, all right, so tell me, what are we looking at?
Just an aside, Greg's plan,
Mhm.
separate from ours, love it. Have
Awesome.
zero idea how it's going to work out, but I'm excited that two of these plans are happening at the same time.
I
That's
know how it's
exciting.
going to work out.
Also, to
Okay.
clarify, there's only Redthane and one singular other person on this
On
ship
this
right
ship,
now, right?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay.
I'm going to put all of these crew who are not on the ship
Ta-da!
right over here. Because here's the thing.
Amazing.
There is a penalty that is currently being levied against their entire
Hey, what's
crew.
this giant crystal doing here in the middle of the ship?
That just makes it seem like you guys are like rich. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
what's this party crystal? That's right.
Party crystal.
Shoot lasers into it.
Lick it. Lick the crystal.
Lick the crystal.
so I will just let you know that they have a penalty as a crew because, there's a morale
Because
score.
they like the crystal.
No, there's a morale score, right? That every crew has. Your crew also has a morale score.
We don't talk about our morale score.
And it's like a stat, just like any other stat. And if it's very high, you can get a +1 or negative, Their morale score is low enough that they're taking penalties to resist things like these
Drinking.
temptations. Just so you know, they have penalties going on
That's
right
cool.
now. Yeah.
That's such a cool little stat.
Yeah. So he goes, all right, what's the play here? If Darrican's killed Mira, we're in trouble.
Well, we aren't. That's the correction. You would be, yes. The play is, unfortunately, it's either exile or execution.
There's got to be something else.
Do you have something on Darrican? Why is he after you?
I mean, yes, but... And he looks a little tired. You know what I mean? Like, at this moment, he gives this heavy sigh now that it is just you four in the sort of the rec room.
Yeah.
And he gives this heavy sigh, and he looks tired. And he still has like a piratical flair, but you can tell this has been heavy, right? This has been like a little tiring. He goes, You know, I have... You, Evelyn?
Yes.
You are... Kirsch said you do electronics, is that right?
Among other things, yes.
Okay. He points to you two, Green Glass and Evelyn Creepy.
Who else would he point to? Oh, right, Kirk. Never mind. Kirk also here.
Kirsch was just like, I need a fake name. He's not the most creative. He's just like,
No.
Graves,
Graves are creepy, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Evelyn is close to Emelisa, kind of,
yeah,
if you squint.
that's what he did.
Her
Again,
name is Emelisa Graves.
he was almost right there. He was that close.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep, that's right, Kirk.
Yeah.
Movies.
He goes, well, why did you two become pirates? Why did you join the Stars?
It's not necessarily joining pirates as much as it feels like it's survival. There's not a flag I would fly above me, but if that I believe in. So make your own.
Evelyn?
I'm an astrogator at heart. That's all I've ever wanted to do. Being a pirate allows me to travel. And travel well.
Nods. You know, being a pirate allows you the most freedom. You can fly wherever you want. No one's your boss. You don't have to worry about the Imperium or any of those places trying to control you. Are you all from here?
Palindrome?
No, I meant the Reaches.
Yes.
He nods. I'm not. I didn't grow up here. I'm from a system called Belgard. You probably don't know it. It's pretty far away from here.
Pretty presumptuous of you, and you would be correct. I do not know it.
Well, I suppose it's not that far, but doesn't feel very close. If you can I show you where it is on our map? I don't know if it's let me see if it's called Belgard. I'm not certain if it is visible on the map in our...
What's the Elvish word for friend?
Belgard.
Belgard.
Let me see if I can show everybody where he's from. Because I actually can. Yes, let me pull us over to the map area. So I will pull all of you here. So I can show you all where he's from. So where he's from is technically within the Reaches, but it is over here.
Haha, you said you weren't lizard. Wow.
Yeah. So if for all of us who are watching at home, he is from up here in the Egrin system, and way up there, and everybody else
symbol
is hanging out over here, right? So this is so he's quite far away in this little system that is kind of isolated in the middle of nowhere, right? It doesn't have a lot of connections. It's not particularly well. It's in the middle of nowhere, right? It's not
a guard. It's not very well guarded. What is that star symbol? Oh, it's right here. No, it's not. What the hell is that?
It should be at the bottom. It is
a travel zone?
A capital.
A capital. Oh, a capital. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a subsector capital,
Okay.
but it's really remote. You know what I mean? Like it's in the kind of the middle
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Right.
Not a lot of good trade routes. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm from Belgard, and
That's the capital, right?
well, yeah,
Nice.
but where I'm from, people who can fly, they're heroes. The idea that you could leave your planet, just take to the stars, fly. That's something special. Everybody, anybody who's dreamed that freedom. And I was a kid, and this pirate ship landed on not too far from uh, the farm that I grew up on, and it needed repairs. And I stowed away. I was 12. I stowed away, and I have been a pirate ever since. And I did everything on a ship you can do. Started off just doing repairs and became a gunner, then a pilot. I don't know what I would do if I couldn't fly the stars. And I've got a whole crew of people here who rely on me.
May I interject for a moment?
Please.
How long have you been here? And I'm indicating,
The moon.
like, yeah, in hiding.
About 3 months.
And in those 3 months, would you call that flying the stars?
No.
How much longer? And if you are to continue this, knowing that at around any corner, Derrican could send and have you removed, you would be defending the past 3 months, if not longer. And that is not what you set out for, is it?
No.
My proposal is not one that is going to go lightly, but it will be better than the alternative, which is execution. There is Exile, where you can run and fly. There is another one where you be taken in. You disappear. Ferrik Redthane goes missing. Serves time. Cleans slate. Makes his way across the stars, makes their way, including with the crew or not, back to their calling. I am just a man who has been given a separate second chance. Not an easy one. I also used to be a part of I used to be a corporal in the Imperial Navy.
Mm.
And
I'm sorry for you.
yes, thank you. It has been time since then, and I was young. And it was my choice, but learning and gaining the skills that I have now through trade and through how markets work, but also uh, being able to read the data in the market, I've realized has always been a skill that I have helped me perceive writing on the wall. And that was writing that it became more and more apparent as my time went on with the Navy. My ship was taken. My ship was boarded by pirates, privateers, freebooters, whatever you want to call them. And then I was given the opportunity to join their ranks.
I think you made the right choice.
I think I did as well. But I just know that everyone gets an opportunity to try again and to have a second chance. I haven't seen my family since. I haven't heard hide nor hair of Emelisa.
He reaches out and he's like pats your shoulder, right, sort of sympathetically.
Thank you. It's a part of a life that has been erased. I look back on it and learn from it.
Evelyn?
But no. Emelisa.
Look.
Unless you were talking with them.
Well, I meant your.
Oh, I thought you meant my. Okay, yes.
No.
I'm going to rank my deception check.
Because, you got him. Did you just. How did you get on your ship?
Asking me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's been a recent development. I'm new to the pirate life.
Oh. Do you like it?
It's been a change. But I'm finding that it's more liberating than the life I'm used to.
How good are you at computers?
I'm excellent.
Okay.
We're actually devising a plan to actually bleed Derrick from all of his financial woes. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Well, that'll be a little bit tricky, but he deserves it.
Of course.
Look. I'm going to tell you something. But if I tell you this, it will put you in danger. So I don't want to tell you this without you knowing that just this knowledge could endanger you.
No, thank you. Haha. Okay,
Sure.
I don't see it. Kirsch?
What's
Do you
without all
care?
the danger?
Kirsch is like, I love danger.
Perfect. Well, no one needs to know. Because it's just us in this room.
Admiral Derrican is being funded by the Imperial Navy. He is...
Sorry, was that believable? I mean... Whoa!
Yeah. He is a spy.
I don't
He's
think
their
I'm going to
agent.
react. I'm just going to... Okay. Knew that. Thought so.
And I found proof.
proof?
Somebody as powerful as Darrican, no one will believe you if you accuse him of something like that unless you have proof, and I found proof.
Very well, and what do you plan on doing with this proof?
Well, I don't have access to it, I'm afraid. I know where it is. I was, it was when I was on his ship. We were on Thieve and staying there for a bit, and I was on his ship, and I still had my ship and all that, but this is, he brings together all of his captains in various moments, and it was a couple of months we were there on Thieve, and I intercepted some of the communications between him and his Imperial overlords. I recorded them. I couldn't take them off the ship, but I hid them in his computers. So I've got the recordings. They're there on his flagship. I was being watched. I couldn't leave with the data. But he doesn't know. He knows that I have it. He doesn't know that I hid it on his own ship. So he's
Why are you
chasing
telling
me.
us this?
Well, if you, and he points to Emelisa, if you're so good at computers, and if you're planning to drain him dry, we could, and you're with Kirsch, I mean, we could team up. We could get that information. We could take him down. And then it doesn't have to be exile or execution. All we have to do is, if we can take him out, then the rest of us can fly.
In Severance's head,
Comms.
he
Oh.
gets a comms message
Ah!
directly from Emelisa.
Because you've got like a button comms, right? You've got like a little earpiece.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so not in your head, in your comms,
Yeah,
over
right,
the
right.
comms.
But you don't have to press the button.
I don't have
and
to speak.
And she doesn't have to move her mouth either.
Right.
Yeah.
We do, because we're crazy normal people.
Yeah. You hear Emelisa say, Darrican's never going to let his guard down while Redthane's still on the table. We're never going to get on his ship to get that information if Redthane is still...
Yeah, I think Severance is sort of like looks over at you, like probably while you're still talking, and like there's no...
Sees that my mouth isn't moving?
Yeah, and is just still listening.
Yeah.
And then he just sort of does like this subtle like nod, like, oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, this would be accurate. I have mentioned before that Darrican is on super high alert and like super freaked out of his computers. Yeah. It's because of this. It's because of this. Yeah.
Because of him.
Which is great, because I throw Ferrik Redthane under the bus when
you did.
When I assumingly did this. Perfect.
Yep, you did.
Just I doubled down on
you did
on that, and it was correct.
Yep.
So perfect. Yeah, and yeah, I'm already looking. I'm like, and I think there's like this look that, and I think Severance is giving this to Emelisa when he like knows that Ferrik is like looking down or away or something, and it's like, oh, don't worry, I know, or like, please, like we're not gonna come on. Yeah, and it's very much like a, oh, don't worry, he's not gonna be on the table. Like, I know that there's a sob story, and I know that blah blah blah, but
Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I think you'll get a nod back from Emelisa because like this is her first time
seeing
in this type of situation with Severence, so
Yep.
she's kind of sussing things out on her
she's
own
like,
too.
hey, just
so
so you, and he's like, please. You're like, okay, all right.
and she's like, okay, all right,
Just
you're
making
the
sure
boss.
you didn't have a heart. I just
Yeah.
thought you were gonna have one.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and but yeah, there's that moment of just like,
So
got it.
we could do
and-
this.
Right. But there is, unfortunately, there is the very real notion that Derrican is on high alert. And
Right.
I know this firsthand that he is.
I mean, he killed Mira.
He killed Mira on suspicions.
And I might be good with computers, but he's got Imperial backing. I'm not that good.
No, but I do have a backdoor code. If we could get on the ship.
Hold on. What are my psionic powers? Oh no, I'm not near the crystal, damn it. It's like, wait a
Well, you're
second.
not that far from the crystal. By the
That's
way,
true. We should go into the cargo hold of the other room for no reason.
by the way, I'm going to make a roll right now.
Okay.
And this is a voice from the other side.
Uh-huh.
I wonder how much Derrican has as opposed to 2.5 million. We might be able to get more money.
Or we can get both. Which I plan on doing.
I'm a softie. I'm falling for this guy. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, this guy's great.
But it's not just the money, it's also Torpil and Clark as allies towards Drinax.
Alliances
That's true.
and-
Yeah.
I'm just going to
more
note
than
that, like,
just the money.
there is not a lot of good reason. You know what I
For him to
mean?
be around. Yeah.
I mean, except that,
Except he's a cool guy.
yeah, and he's pretty loyal and all that good business. So
An eye patch.
I
eye
really
patch.
like him.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I really like him too.
and,
but
and he trusts you
going
all.
now.
And he trusts you all. Hey, Soto, the crew members, you have got with you 8 people. And the crew members start nodding off before the Marines, who've got a bit better endurance. But it'll take you within about an hour or so, the crew is passed out. And the Marines themselves are not passed out yet, but they are dancing and they are listening to you play the sort of like Aslan guitar, and they are getting a little sloppy. You figure it'll probably be like another hour before they're done. But at this moment, the crew is sort of like passed out. And I believe at this moment, I imagine they're probably all down in the cargo hold because there's space there. And they've just been having like that kind of fun you have when you just you've been so stressed out. You know what I mean? Like it is all stress all the time, and they're letting go.
And also starving. So no
And
wonder they're
starving.
like, why am I passing out? Why am I so drunk?
Well,
Why does this feel so weird? I spent so long
absolutely.
I've been drunk. Why is this so weird? It's
Yeah.
because you haven't eaten. Keep drinking. Okay.
Yes, right.
They're
And
feeding us nothing but turkey.
turkey and booze, turkey and booze,
Yeah, this is wonderful.
and they,
Turkey and red
you can
wine.
like you've got the crew now. They've passed out, and the Marines are still up. The 3 Marines you have with you are still up, but you don't think it'll be too much longer before they're out as well. But they're really happy to be with allies and to be with another pirate crew, right? Who's like come to save them. Like there's
Probably
this.
also see something that's not the same, like being in a different location, seeing new faces.
Oh God, look,
right?
they're so happy. Like they are
Something
so
breaking
happy.
the monotony for 90 days.
Oh my gosh. And it's this moment of like hope and joy and like salvation that they've had. They're so like, this is like the best moment for them as they're passing out from being drugged. Slowly but surely. Just
Well, again, too, and Soto is not lying about any of this. Like he's like legitimately playing along with it, because he's playing along with it. And he would sit down whenever things started to get quieter and just talk about war stories, talk about, serving different people. It's always about it's not the people on the bridge and the people in the chair. It's the people right here, eating, shooting dice, those are the people that have your back. And he is honest 1,000% about it, knowing he might have to kill them all. But at the same time, right now, he's honest about
Is
it.
this your outro? This sounds like your outro.
It's my outro. And I'd like to say my stars and wishes. No.
And I will just say that as you are sort of schmoozing with them and telling war stories and like just having like the best time, people share what they know, right? And you hear two sort of interesting rumors. There's a lot of stuff that happens, but you hear two interesting rumors. One is that they don't know where, but they're certain that there is a secret Imperial refueling station somewhere in the Sindal sector, in those empty parsecs of space. They don't know where it is, but they figure there's got to be one in there somewhere. They've heard rumors about it, they've just never found it. And there is one other thing that they tell you. One of them says, it's one of the crew members, not one of the Marines. The secret refueling base, that information comes from one of the Marines, but this one comes from one of the crew members themselves. One of their bridge crew says, there's a woman, an older woman. She runs a Starport bar on Falcon. You know Falcon? It's closer to, it's rimward from here. And she knows more about freighter schedules than and how to rob them anybody else. She's a good woman to know. Good woman to know.
What is this good woman's name?
We just call her the old woman. She's
good with that.
She's dead. Who's the queen?
That's what we call her. She runs the bar though. It's a dive bar. It's the Roost. It's called the Roost. She's fun. She's fun. Oh. And like he passes out. Just straight up passes out. They're all gone. They're all out. You've got 8 crew members unconscious and smiling.
Perfect. And what our guy Soto will do is he is going to guard them.
Yeah.
And he's going to make sure they're all comfortable. Make sure they're not arrayed in any type of way.
Yep.
He's not even going to tie them up.
Yeah.
He's just gonna watch them. And I would think too, as the music continues to play and a party goes on that doesn't have as many participants as before, he would smile and nod over at Karen. And I would think that probably up in the actual mess, Rease and Wesley are taking a moment alone to maybe dance to a Bryan Adams song.
Absolutely. And back to, as we've been to close it, back over at the deck. Ferrik Redthane has given you the proposal that you all team up together, pirates, to take down Darrican together, because he has got a backdoor into the computer. So what do you say?
I say that it's... So there's still... It's a matter of time before Darrican and his entire backing take you out.
So we better move fast.
Moving fast isn't what's going to stop the Imperium. It's numbers and force. We don't have that.
Well, you've got your ship, mine. We've got 3 ships, and that'll be if we can just sneak on this ship, we can get the information, and then we can get out, and then we can
I'm
take
on
him
your
down.
side.
Yeah.
If I wasn't, I would have said yes.
I don't understand.
If
And
I
he looks
said yes,
to
you'd
all
be
three
dead.
of you. We can do this. It's about boldness, bravery, taking a chance. Faking it till you make it. Just
That's my thing. Well,
Is it?
no. I would have been on your. What did I say? I don't remember what I said.
Emelisa, are you armed?
I'm not.
No, they took my gun.
They took your gun, yeah.
I don't have any other weapons.
Severance, are you armed?
No, I have an empty scabbard.
Mm-hmm.
Kirsch might be?
Kirsch is armed.
There is. We don't have the. And I'm looking towards Kirsch this whole time, as if like, Kirsch, can I speak? And I'm sure he, like, no matter what his response is, I'm still talking. We don't have the power to take on the Imperium, and we don't have. And you could be as the only thing. I'm stumbling over my words. You can't have. Oh boy, you with anyone? There is only a fraction of a difference between bravery and foolishness. And what you are suggesting is foolishness. If you wish to become the victor in this scenario, you turn yourself in.
Turning myself in would be death.
Turning yourself in will buy you time.
Why would I turn myself into to Darrican?
Oh, I'm mentioning you would not be here to Darrican. You disappear to Darrican. There has to be somewhere. Is there somewhere recently that could be a job or something that you could turn yourself into someone else somewhere and disappear to Darrican?
Make more sense just to flee the system.
Better yet, is there somewhere that you could flee to that could then house you, take care of you for a time, and during that time, your allies, your partners, I've gestured to all of us, lead the Imperium dry for Darrican.
I guess I could...
Saving a cut for you.
Head out spinward, out past Tyr Assis that way. That's pretty far. Maybe hide out in one of those planets.
Is that what you want? You want to hide? You want to do this forever?
Well, that's what you're suggesting, right?
I'm not suggesting that. I'm saying we turn yourself into authorities somewhere that you've been to before. Has there been a place that we could?
Why would I turn myself
utilize?
into authorities if I could just hide out?
Food, board, and a certain time that you will be then wiped clean from your piracy.
He frowns. He's not liking this suggestion.
Otherwise, you run and stay in paranoia forever.
And your crew continues to starve.
And your crew continues to starve. Thank you. And your crew, and I haven't even mentioned the crew. I haven't even been thinking about the crew. Thank you for your empathy. I haven't even thought of that. I can't even think now. I'm trying right now to factor them into this equation, and I can't.
He sits there and he's thinking, and Kirsch is sort of like pacing around at this moment as you're all in this sort of very intense spot.
Well, I'm sure. We have enough. We have enough food and board. We could take. We could. We could probably take care of the crew for at least a little bit for what the 10 years that you'll be probably. I don't know how long that you will be behind bars.
Kirsch also doesn't like where this conversation is going.
And draws a weapon.
He does.
Cool.
He pulls his cutlass out when he's behind Ferrik. And with, like, very sad eyes, he strikes at Ferrik. He goes for the head. He does a called shot, which makes that difficulty a 10 rather than an 8, because that is a place that is not armored, because Ferrik does not have his helmet on. And he swings his cutlass at him. And that is a success, and Ferrik
we need him alive!
And Ferrik cannot defend because Ferrik does not know this is coming. I will roll for damage now. Oh, I have to do it this way. Let's see.
Is this he's trying to kill him or he's trying to knock him unconscious?
Looks like
unconscious.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Unconscious? Okay.
Yeah. So that's 22 points of damage.
I thought he was gonna hate. He was not gonna like it the other way, like come attack us.
Yeah. Kirsch is quite strong, and this cutlass sweeps out as Kirsch has got tears at his eyes because he sees that it does not look to him as if Ferrik is going to want to turn himself in, and you have all told Kirsch that the only way to save all of the pirate community is by getting rid of Ferrik Redthane. And
whoops. We have an auto dock, right?
Redthane drops. Blood goes everywhere, but it is completely quiet. And you see Kirsch with blood on his fur as Ferrik, who, if he'd been hit on the rest of his body, because he has a good boarding vac suit,
has pretty cool armor,
would not be where he's at right now, but that is not what happened. Is there on the ground, and Kirsch stands there with his cutlass. Just the three of you standing. And he looks with his, like, ears sad.
Yeah.
And he looks at you both. And that's what we're going to call it for today.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, Kirsch.
Wow.
You told him that he needed to die.
Wow.
No, we said we needed to turn him in. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably. I mean, that's okay.
We still have his crew. His crew can testify that he was the pirate,
His crew,
right? Like, fucking Christ.
inside his
fine.
brain, there is the codes for all that money.
Does
That is
anybody
now
here have
off his shoulders?
medicine?
I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Val, we need you.
Val,
We do have an auto dock.
you do. The
Auto
question
dock,
is,
we have a bucket of ice, a head, and also this body.
can I get a medic check from, I guess, somebody in that room who's not Kirsch?
Anybody who has medic? I have medic. Ish. It's a 0.
You might want to roll it.
Okay.
Mine is also
Education?
0.
Intellect. Because this is for sussing things out.
This is for just looking at it. Oh, he's
It is
dead.
just for looking at him.
That's a 7. I'm going to use both my lucks.
Okay.
So that's a
He has no head.
9.
He's not dead. Yet.
He's just gargling.
if we were gonna like just like hypothetically put numbers on it, he has a total of 24 hit points amongst his 3 physical
He has
stats.
2 left.
So he
Wow.
is unconscious, and he is
Nearly headless Nick.
and he is dying. He will die if somebody does not do something about it, but he's not dead yet. But that's where we leave it. That's where we leave it.
Would slow drug do that?
You have an auto doc. You have.
Yeah,
you
but
have,
I mean, for me right now, because I've got a wrist full of drugs, I could
Yes.
probably like, and then be able to slow his
Yes.
metabolism or whatever.
there might be some drugs that might help you out right now.
I've got a
in
whole
this
entire
situation.
week to figure it out.
Yep. I will just point out with that medic check, he's not dead yet, but he is on his way.
No way.
If
No way.
if Kirsch
2.
had
Jesus.
Wow.
yeah. So that said,
Yeah.
Kirsch is he look. Kirsch rolled 5, 6, and 6 on that damage right there. So
Does Kirsch have his own tolerance table that he should be rolling on? That did.
he wasn't drinking. He was hanging out with you.
He was a trick. Oh.
But yeah, he got his bonuses. So that happened. But he didn't do enough to kill him outright. He's still alive, which means if you want to save him, it might be possible. But that is a problem for next week. Let us do our outros, shall we? Let us do our outros where you are at this moment. I think it's probably the case that you have, you might have captured his ship.
Yeah, probably.
He's not
Wow.
super conscious at the moment. He's bleeding out.
He's definitely not going to be happy.
No.
When he wakes up.
But
If he wakes up.
last week you did last time you did a really, really good convince on Kirsch that this is for the greater good. And he is very sad to have hurt his very good friend. But if this is for the greater good,
Okay.
he wanted you to think he was a good boy. So let's,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Wow.
he thought that was the play. He was like, oh, okay.
We're going to kill him, right?
Let's go around and say who you are, where we can find you next. And,
There's nothing I wouldn't do for you, boss. No,
well,
okay.
basically, yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. He's like, I guess this is why I'm here. Right.
Wow.
And this was his very good friend. And as Rissa pointed out, Ferrik did confirm that Derrican is indeed an Imperial agent, and that
Right.
threatens everybody. So let us say who you are, where can we find you next? Give some love and answer the question. Your character, yay or nay, in trying to save the almost severed head and very bleeding, nearly headless Ned Ferrik. Let's start with Greg. Greg, my dearest friend, tell us who you are, where we can find you. Tell us about how amazing your channel is, Warp Reactor on YouTube, or I'll be sad. Give some love, and then saving Ferrik Redthane. By the way, 2.5 million credits. You really need it. Yay or nay?
Hey everybody, my name is Greg. I'm Warp Reactor over on YouTube. If you're ever in the mood for some science fiction, classic 1950s, I think I have Them and Time Machine coming out next week, and some fun stuff. So if you ever want to just hang out and watch stuff, jump on over there. Boy, oh boy. Greg is torn because I like the character, but I also know that we need money.
You
And
do.
I also know that this guy, he's the idealist that kind of ran into a box canyon.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Like he went as far as like,
Yep.
I want to be a pirate could take him.
Yeah.
And it's a shame, but unfortunately that's the way of things. And in this life, he just used up all of his cred. I think the crew will understand that because this can't be their first go around if they've been pirates.
Also, side note,
I love the setup.
If you turn him in, Torpal and Clark are not going to let him live. Right? That is,
Right.
I mean,
They can do that.
they're not going to let him live.
Right. And I mean, I understand everything. And I think that in a weird way, this is probably the most in touch with the community that Kirsch has been.
Yeah.
Because he understands it too.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like a of mice and men type of situation. It's like, Lenny's not going to make it here. You know, I mean, it's just, that's just how it's going to be. And so it's a sad thing, but it's also a thing. And this is the world that we live in. The world the Trooper has created for us is one of both joy and pain, because that is realism, and that's what makes it so great. And so, you know, again, just as far as I'm concerned, let's send him to the stars where he wanted to be anyway, and let him go. Great playing with you all this Friday. Like every Friday has been absolutely awesome, and I enjoy jumping in here with I whenever I'm off screen, I'm just sitting here reading chat and seeing what they're coming up with.
Chat is so good.
Yeah.
Chat is the best. Chat will always be the best. I absolutely love just hanging out every Friday night, everybody. So I will see you all next Friday night when I don't know, maybe another party, maybe a rave.
Yeah.
A rave. That's what we'll do. Okay.
You may indeed get Lindy's request done in time before Lindy gets back, as a matter of fact.
Well, see, I don't like that part. So we need to slow things down.
We're going a bit too quick.
So I will just say one other thing that you should note is that Kirsch thought if anybody should do it, that he should, because Ferrik was one of his very best friends.
Right, I figured that too. He knew it was coming, so it was.
Yeah. Oh. So wait, we told, okay, Warp Reactor, YouTube, you told us. Okay, good. All right. Next up, let's go with, you now actually have all the time in the world to do that hacking if you wanted to on his ship's computers.
Right.
By the way, you have time. I noted how much time it'll take, but you have extra time now because they'll be out for a while. Let me ask you, Nugget. Who are you? Where can we find you next? Give some love, and then save Ferrik Redthane, yay or nay?
Yeah, I'm Nuggetasaurus. Next place you can find me is here next Friday, because we are currently on break on our Tuesday games while Lindy is out at the moment. I, as Nugget, would love to save Redthane and let him go, but that's not happening. Like, we just can't. There's too much at stake. We need the bounty.
Yeah.
We need the connections with Torpal and Clark for Drinax.
Yep.
There's too much, unfortunately. So Emelisa is nay. He needs to go to Torpal and Clark. We need to save him for long enough that he can make it to Torpal and Clark, and we can turn him in. So
you have an auto dock for that. You can just put him in.
Yeah, exactly. Just put him in the auto dock. Love that I'm giving. First up, Trooper, your NPCs are phenomenal. All of the Marines, I loved their interactions, and they're just food. Yes, please, absolutely. We trust you immediately.
Look, I was in the Army. I know how much food will help soldiers.
Food's very important.
It is very, very important. Hot food?
Very
oh,
important.
yes, please.
A good meal can lift your spirits immensely.
Yep.
Even if you're not in the military. And then Redthane, I want him to not be somebody that we have to turn on. Like, I really want that NPC to stick around, but unfortunately we can't. My love for Cord was just being able to see Severence in action and just, you know, kind of like doing his thing and weaving this story and making it look completely effortless. And it was just, I loved it. It was phenomenal. It was peak Severence, in my opinion. It was great. And then Greg, I loved that moment with Rease where both moments where she was mad at Emelisa for taking her spot, but like was really nice about it. And then two, also that moment, that telepathic connection and her just being absolutely, I'll drug some people, no problem.
Yeah.
Because she's a teenager. Why wouldn't she, you know?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. I love both characters that you play. They're both phenomenal. I love all of them. I love all of you guys, and I'm very excited to be here. That's me.
Cord, you are up number 3. Who are you? Where can we find you next? Give some love, and then also, yay or nay, saving Redthane.
Right. Hi, everybody. It's me, Cord. You can call me Mythematic. I stream. Used to. I don't really, but I will. I want to. I'm trying to find time to right now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I will be streaming at some point. Follow me, twitch.tv/mythematic, or don't, whatever. I'll be here next week. That's it. I'll be here next week. And that's what I'll be doing the next time you see me, or whatever the question was. But the in-character question was, what would I do with a Ferrik? I want to save him. I think like we should save him long enough, just like Emelisa. We should save him long enough because we're also going to turn in Emelisa. Save him long enough so we can get to Clark and Torpal and build that alliance.
Yeah.
It sucks that this happened. I loved it though. I mean, like it's such like a shitty. Oh no! But Trooper, that's where my love goes tonight. Is the ending that was fucking cool. I feel like just to not because I thought of it at all, but it would be a cool title. Exile or Execution would be cool. As soon as I said it, I was like, ooh, that'd be a cool title. But there's probably other cool ones. But yeah, just the ending was just super cool. Trooper, and I like loved also the NPCs and the Marines and such. But I think the ending tonight was awesome. Just having Kirsch stand up and then just do this, and us being like, "Oh, that's too far! Oh no!" And like it was just, "Oh no!"
You made a good case for killing him.
Kinda, yeah, but too good. Anyway, it was just, it was really cool, and just leaving us with that is awesome. So thank you for that. That was just really, really great. Greg, your brilliant move of convincing the Marines and the crew to scoot over to our ship to eat food, brilliant. And then leaving now that, like, whether or not he knew it, he had no one on his ship to like intercom the ship, and no one would respond.
Yeah,
because it was just really cool.
Except for the head Marine, played by. It was said in chat.
Tilda Swinton.
Played by Tilda Swinton. That is correct.
And
who had a bottle of drugged bourbon. So.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So
it was also not answering comms.
Right. Yeah. Also, just slowly passing out. They would arrive and fall over. But yeah, it was so awesome. So thank you for that, and like for just it was really, really, really great. Nugget, thank you so much for the cold and calculating versions of Emelisa you're bringing, but also like the hacking, like going, okay, I need to hack this, I need to make sure, and like having that ready and going, okay, I need to take care of, and there's data here. Like what I love about the Dame is she goes into a new scenario or a new location and immediately gets to work and continues to be like, okay, is this my opportunity to hack into this? Okay, cool. And it's awesome. So it's like having that someone's like searching for the data. It's because it's a really good way of playing like a support character in information gathering, which I think is super cool, where you're just like, hey, X, Y, and Z boss, thank you. You have all the data. This is great. And I think it's so cool. And it's just like it's super Drinaxian, which I love too. Because just like, oh, we have to be ready to turn on anybody in the court. We need to be able to look into the archives or scour the archives for any sort of smudge in anybody's reputation. And it's just super cool to see and watch, and to have a slice of the floating palace with us, and all of the glory of the golden palace, but also the dark, shadowy sides of it as well. So thank you. That's it. I mean, it was awesome. I loved it tonight. I can't wait for next week. And whatever we do.
Well, next week is you'll have some choices. I think I'm very excited about it. I'm Trooper SJP, and I'm going to give love first. So or just sort of commentary. One, I just want to shout out that moment where Emelisa was honest, right? Was like, talking about like, I'm kind of new to piracy, but I've had more freedom here than I've ever had.
She didn't lie once. She and just for player knowledge, she has not lied a single time since she has aborted the gambler. So
I love that so much. All I'm doing is lying. That's awesome.
Right? Like, so you have like these, like, I think that's really fascinating. There's something
I
about
love that. Yeah. I did, and like now that you mentioned, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. That's so cool.
And there was just something very vulnerable about that moment. Like, but like, if you didn't know Emelisa, you wouldn't pick up on how important that moment was, what she was saying about freedom. And I love that. Also,
and of course, I think or Severance in the scene was going, she's making this up.
Yeah.
Also,
just like that I was lying. Yeah.
Just like I am, like lie. My wife, and like,
whatever. Oh, I love that.
I love that too. Also, I think it's a kind of a cool way to notice with the hacking was like, yeah, this hacking is going to take a while, but that helps you to see like the scale between like hacking a data pad doesn't take as long, but the more like a ship's quantum computers are long, which is why they would rather just rather kidnap people
It's
and
like
force
counting
them.
grain.
Yeah, and just force you to tell them the key codes. And like imperial military computers would be a level harder than that already, right? So it's all about how do you get to the point where you can make this faster because you've got good computing, or how do you want to sort of do that? Or how can you find a way to be in a space long enough that you can do that hacking without people picking up on what you're doing, right? That kind of a thing. So that was really fun. I enjoyed that. Okay, so to Greg. Greg, I love you. I love you. My love for you is, everyone said it before, but I have to say it again. I loved the way in which Soto Masi went into that with the knowledge of what it means to be in a sort of like a military situation, right? And was able to do the right things, right? The things that put people at ease, like, well, if you would feel more comfortable, we will just go and you can come over to our ship, right? Just all of these things that sort of set up the situation so that people would freely and happily come with you and not be suspicious, but also be joyous, right? In this sort of moment of sharing. And I think the thing I really love was the fact that this was done with no malice, right? It was done honorably, right? That this was an honorable way to take care of this situation. That you were not only looking out for the Admiral, Severance, but also their crew in your own way. It was very kind, right? And it was very smart. It was just the kind of thing that I think Soto Masi would think of, right? And it was also honest. And to Cord,
Brilliant.
it was really brilliant. And I was like, love it. And I was like, I'll roll their endurance, but I know these guys, these guys, these gals, these folks, they have not had any, like, look, in case you wanted to know, their morale was they had a -3 on everything that had to do with morale checks. Because it's been really bad for them, right? You know what I mean? And you guys are doing well with your morale right now because of, getting the ship and all that. Like, your crew is riding high.
We'll see tomorrow. We don't have any more booze.
But for you, I will say, Cord, I thought that to see the way that you kept your character's false identity as Green Glass was great. And the ways in which you did it was like he wasn't going to do it. Kirsch was not going to necessarily do it, but then you said these things to Ferrik about like, but what about your crew? What about them? Right? And those things that you said to Ferrik made Kirsch understand that he had to do this, right? Like the story you told was so. Also, I want to sort of give love to the fact that there was this real vulnerability and honesty from Severance as well. Severance also lied a whole bunch, but Severance also talked about his own life as a person that had to have second chances, to have a second, there was a lot of real deep, vulnerable honesty from Severance in that scene as well. So it was sort of a beautiful moment to see all three of those crew members being completely honest in a way that was very open and vulnerable, but not everybody. I don't think anybody else got it. Right? I don't think anybody saw the kind of honesty that they were giving each other in those moments.
That was just for us.
Yeah, and it was for Ferrik, and Ferrik
took
that honesty, and it's why he trusted you so much in many ways, right?
Yeah.
And that was beautiful. I really want to thank all three of you for some really, because look, I as a GM, I know all of your characters. I know your characters very well because you've told me things, and also I pay attention to them. And to see all of your characters sort of reveal a certain level of like you took your armor off in these certain ways. All of you did. There was like the literal taking off of your weapons, but all of you took off your armor in these ways and exposed yourselves. And that allowed you to do this thing that was very difficult. And I want to give love for that. It was beautiful. All three of you. And also what a great crew to play with. And I did not know if you'd be able to get this ship or how much bloodshed there would be or how it would go down.
You were going to, but it seemed so easy. They were like, that's how well Greg's plan worked, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and you
It
know,
was so cool to be like, oh, it's happening. It's just gonna be wow.
I
I mean, we don't have it yet, but it seems pretty easy to do.
mean, right now, there's only one crew member on that ship who.
Right.
There's
Physically, it's pretty easy, but also
Yeah.
I think convincingly, it's probably
Yeah.
going to be pretty easy now.
That's you're gonna have to talk to them
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
work that out. But that's it. I'm really excited for you all. I'm also really excited for you to actually go and see Palindrome's starport. It's Class B starport, everybody. High tech and fancy.
You say that. But
Yeah,
it's a poor world.
it is.
Okay.
It is a poor world, as a
All
matter
right.
of fact.
Because you said, oh, you're probably going to want to sell luxury stuff at a luxury place. I went, okay. Is it a poor world or whatever? And you couldn't hear me because it was the beginning of the and it was and Greg didn't join the call yet. So I was like, okay. So I had to do some Googling, and we found out that it's a poor world.
It is
So
a
I was
poor
like,
world.
Oh, all right. What's a Class B starport? Okay, it's pretty good, right? Okay.
Yes, it
Ooh,
is. A Class B
and then-
starport's very good.
Yep. And then it was like, no, it's a poor world. I went, okay, all right, great, perfect. All right,
This
well,
is
never mind.
this is a lesson
telling you.
in the traveler map. Represents the survey that the Imperial Scouts did, but that survey was like a couple decades ago. So those
Oh, it's perfect.
so sometimes things have changed in the meantime, and some
It's
places
the,
might.
the Google camera ship is flown by Palindrome 20 years ago.
That is exactly correct, and I'm excited for you to go to Palindrome and see the very fancy Class B starport that they have. You can find me.
Sounds great.
And yeah, so you can find me next tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern on Table Story, where I will be starting off a 3-shot called Song of Heroes, where I'm playing. I made a wig. I didn't make it. I got a wig, and I spent like 4 or 5 hours last night learning how to back comb and do the whole thing. And so I hope you will be excited for my character.
Back combing.
Who does have?
Did you
this
get
sword.
a wig for your back?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, sweet.
But back combing is like when you have to get a rat tail and you have to like wrap the hair so that you can get height,
Oh,
a lot of height.
sweet. Oh,
You know.
cool.
And I had some
Teasing and stuff.
a lot of teasing. I had to tease it. I was like,
Oh,
"You
cool.
wig." So come and see me
Oh,
tomorrow,
I'm excited.
where I've got a pink wig that has been teased and intense hairspray. And then Sunday night, actually, at 8 p.m. on my channel, on High Shelf Collective's channel, and Wandering DM's channel, will be the last episode of Cycle 4 of Roleplay for Reflect, where we talk about Fate Tachyon Squadron and how that was like as a sci-fi game with space travel and space combat. And that is me. I think those are all the things I got this week. And then, of course, next week, more Traveler, where they deal with this moment. I'm so excited for you all. You are all like in the moment. You know what I mean? Like you're all, oh, I love it. That's it. And I want to thank everybody here who's in the audience for being with us. Thank you so much. And take care of yourselves, and we will catch you all on the flip side. Bye, everybody. Hey, guess what? I forgot donations. And thank you, Rissa, for reminding me that I forgot donations. But I do not want to forget them because they're important. They are important. So
It's the post-credit scene.
It's the post-credit scene. It's a post-credit scene. So look, we had donations.
Is that Thanos?
It's shawarma.
Thank you, Thanos, for the bits.
Oh, okay. So I am telling you. So we got 100 bits from Stormbender27, who said, "Greetings and salutations to everyone, to the crew and trooper. Here's to another amazing game. Thank you." And then we got 100 bits from Pope World Build, who said, "Thank you for this wonderful story. Wishing you all a safe and restorative weekend." Thank you. And then Stormbender gave us right here also 500 bits. Thank you, Stormbender, who says, "Trying to keep the hype train going before this episode even starts." Lol.
Nice.
Thank you. And then we got it. I see why you said I should look, Rissa. We got a tip from Anonymous, a $200 tip to pay for the crew. And it says, that's amazing. "Long live the resistance. Long live the crew on screen and in chat." Thank you, Anonymous. That is amazing. That is really amazing. Thank you. It has been a hard time, and y'all are being really amazing for being with us, and thank you so much. I am full of love and joy. Thank you. And, hey, if you watch us on the YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll read them out next time. And now, for real, we're going to go to credits. For real, though. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.